All right. We are back in action. Don't mind that. All right, everybody. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and commenting. Let's get this bread. MAGA is eating itself. Trump does not care about its supporters. Let's watch this video. And let's just pull the cat out of the bag. Trump is going to destroy democracy as we know it.
This is the quickest way to clear out stuck poop.
If you've never felt like a burden because you have frequent stomach issues, then keep scrolling. For all of you that have stomach issues like bloating, constipation, or diarrhea, I have some important news for you. There is something you can do about it. I found this video online and it literally changed my life. Let me show you.
This is the quickest way to clear out stuck poop.
Stuck poop makes thin women look fat. Do this to clear
third term, which is in a way a fourth term because the other election, the 2020 election was totally rigged. So it's actually sort of a fourth term in a certain way. I just don't want the credit for the second because Biden was so bad. He did such a bad job. And I think that's one of the reasons that I'm popular, if you want to know the truth. I think I'm popular because we've done a great job. I think we've had the best almost 100 days of any president. And most people are saying that. And it's an honor. We're bringing back our country. We're respected as a country again. And we're strongly respected. And people are amazed. I was with some very important people today, and they said that they've never seen a turnaround of a country as fast as this. Even look at our border. We have nobody coming in. And you can come into our country, but you have to come in legally. But we have nobody coming in to our country. It's almost shut down. They've never seen anything like this.
At an appropriate precedent limits a president to 2 terms. Is it your understanding that they have to be?
I don't even want to talk about it. I'm just telling you, I have had more people say, please run again. They said, we have a long way to go before we even think about that. But I've had a lot of people. Yeah, go ahead. Did you have something?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, do you think that's an appropriate precedent to set, even if it wasn't you in this position, to see a president serve a 3rd term?
I don't want to talk about a 3rd term now because no matter how you look at it, we got a long time to go. We have a long time. You know, we have almost 4 years to go. And that's a long time. But despite that, so many people are saying, you've got to run again. They love the job we're doing. Most importantly, they love the job we're doing.
He likes to hear himself talk. And if you don't agree that he likes to hear himself talk, you're a fucking fool.
We're upset with Putin. Would you say your relationship with Vladimir Putin is at its lowest point right now?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's going to go back on his word. You're talking about Putin. I don't think he's going to go back on his word. I've known him for a long time. We've always gotten along well, despite the Russia hoax. It's a hoax created by Clinton and Schiff and all of these lunatics. And that really was a dangerous point. That was a very dangerous.
This man don't give a fuck about dissing the dead, dissing the alive, dissing mentally and disturbed people. Like, he don't give a fuck. And yeah, it is what it is.
The first thing they did to this country was a pure, unadulterated scam, hoax. But no, I think he'll be okay. But if he isn't, I was disappointed in a certain way. Some of the things that were said over the last day or two having to do with Zelensky, because when he considers Zelensky not credible, he's supposed to be making a deal with him, whether you like him or you don't like him. So I wasn't happy with that. But I think he's going to be good. And I certainly wouldn't want to put secondary tariffs on Russia, but if they were put on, it would not be very good for them.
You do
You know,
regard-
we put secondary tariffs on, as you know, in Venezuela, and it's had a very strong impact on Venezuela.
I don't think Bud know what he's talking about. Is that Peter Thiel behind him?
Well, you know that every ship just got out and they left. A lot of them left. They dropped the hoses right into the ocean and they left. They didn't want to be there for a minute because they didn't want those tariffs to catch on, or they didn't want me to see them there. So the Venezuela secondary tariffs, all secondary tariffs are very strong because essentially it says if you disobey our orders, you cannot do business in the United States of America, and that's the cash cow.
Will that apply to Chinese companies buying Russian oil as well, if you plan to go ahead with those?
So if, in the case of Venezuela, as you know, China pulled up anchor and left. They were there, they had 2 ships there, and they left.
To leave office January 20th, 2020.
This motherfucker. Hell no. Says he's very angry at Russia's Putin. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Let's get back on topic. That was. Let's see what Brian Tyler Cohen has to say.
My name is Brian Tyler Cohen.
Oh, I did too. Let's see what Brian has to say about good old Elon Musk.
Now I see why this mini Wi-Fi camera's been trending online. This thing is awesome.
This new subscription-free mini Wi-Fi camera delivers more advanced.
Does that help Tesla? I mean, you had Tim Waltz, who's a huge jerk, running around on stage with the Tesla stock price where the stock price had gone in half, and he was overjoyed. What an evil thing to do! What a creep! What a jerk! Like who derives joy from that? And
Who derives joy? Elon, my dude. Don't ask questions that you don't want the answer to. Now, there are about 100 reasons why not to feel sorry for Elon Musk, who seems to be on the verge of tears at the very notion of his precious stock price falling. But chief among those reasons is that Elon's pet project, Doge, has been responsible for the elimination of tens of thousands of jobs. And this is how sympathetic Elon Musk was to that.
Does this motherfucker have on fake hair? Does this... let's go back. Is this fake hair? Oh, he's a Trump supporter for real.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw! That's perfect.
White people get to do absolutely the most, the craziest, the brazen, and ignorant. They are the real niggas. White people are niggas. Niggas are ignorant. Niggas are stupid. That's what they try to make black people believe. But this motherfucker is a nigga. Through and through, as hard as heart.
All right. I love it. Mr. President, thank you so much. All right. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Nice to meet you. I love it. We love it. We love it.
In other words, Musk has overseen roughly 50,000 cut jobs, overseen the buyouts of another 75,000 who likely feared their jobs would be eliminated anyway, and is planning to fire another 170,000 people, and yet this guy has the audacity to sit there and offer up crocodile tears and a quivering upper lip that his stock price is falling? Give me a break, dude. If you can fire people at will, including veterans, seniors, doctors, scientists, and regular hardworking Americans, then spare us the sob story that you have less stock assets to borrow against. Isn't it always interesting that the people who have the most always view themselves as the biggest victims? Like, here Elon is hacking away at jobs and gloating on stage with a literal chainsaw, while those tens of thousands, soon to be hundreds of thousands, of families have to figure out how to make ends meet, and yet we're supposed to feel bad for the richest man in the world? Although this is a recurring theme in this White House. On a daily basis, Donald Trump also presents himself as the victim. He whines that he was the subject of prosecution as if he's somehow entitled to full impunity while the rest of us rubes have to follow the law. The guy is the literal president of the United States and still whines like a little bitch on a daily basis about how everybody's out to get him. I mean, my God, between Trump and Musk, you would have a hard time finding two people who feel worse for themselves. But hey, thank God we didn't elect a woman to be president. Wouldn't want someone too emotional in the White House, huh? In fact, Elon Musk was then excoriated online for this little pity party.
We Americans do have a privilege. Because if he was in Russia and said that about Putin, they would have cut his head off and fed it to his goddamn mom.
Jon Favreau wrote, "The guy who gleefully took food and medicine away from poor kids thinks mocking the company's stock price is evil. What a little bitch." AOC's chief of staff, Mike Kaska, wrote, "Isn't this the same guy who wielded a chainsaw on stage to signify the jobs he was ending and the benefits he was cutting?" Tommy Vitor from Pod Save America wrote, "Whiny little bitch Elon Musk cries when Tim Walz talks about Tesla stock price going down, but giddily tweets about firing government employees and killing off programs that feed starving people." Jessica Burbank wrote, "You're laughing. My company, which stock I leveraged to buy the public square, is falling and you're laughing." Crystal Ball wrote, "The richest man on earth is sentencing kids in poor countries to death from preventable diseases, delighting in mass firings, destroying the program that keeps elderly from eating cat food, and he thinks we should feel bad for him that his stock holdings are down." Mehdi Hassan wrote, "I never thought I'd come across someone more whiny, narcissistic, self-pitying, annoying, or dishonest than Trump, but..." And Twitter personality Krang T. Nelson re-upped an old tweet of his, No, you misunderstand. I said fuck your feelings. My feelings are very important and must be handled gently like a tiny baby hummingbird." And I could go on, but you get the point. The fact is that Elon feels entitled to everybody's love and affection as if it's his divine right, but has done nothing to actually earn it. In fact, all he's done is strip working class Americans of lifelines and protections that they desperately rely on, all the while giddily casting off criticism with memes that he thinks are edgy. The guy spends all day dishing it, but when he has to take some criticism, he sits there like a whiny little bitch on the verge of tears. Remind me, who was it who said that comedy was legal again? Ah, right. Well, maybe Elon Musk can remind Elon Musk. There is a reason that Musk is so aggressively unpopular in this country. And let's be clear, he is unpopular.
I mean, I have rarely ever seen any change of perception as dramatic as this one. I mean, Elon Musk's net favorable rating, it's dropped from plus 24 to minus 19 overall from 2017 to 2025. And look at among Democrats. He used to be beloved by Democrats at plus 35. Look where it is now, minus 91 points on the net favorable rating. That is a movement of over 120 points in the negative direction, falling through the floor. Now, among Republicans, he has gone up from plus 18 to plus 51, but that doesn't at all make up for the gap that the Democrats have completely fallen off the rails for Elon Musk. And among independents, the drop has been from plus 17 to minus 17. Look, Donald Trump isn't the most popular president in the world, but he is far more popular than Elon Musk is.
So we've been focusing a lot on what this all means for the country as Elon Musk exercises a certain amount of power. But another question is, what does it mean for Elon Musk and his companies? Now, we can't be sure there's a one-for-one parallel here, but we are seeing activity.
We're absolutely seeing activity. I mean, you can see this in terms of new registrations for Teslas in the United States, car registrations. In 2024 versus 2023, look at that. Down 5%. I was interested. Did that movement continue into the new year?
I got a Tesla, and though I love the car, I actually went to Juniper. Never mind what I was about to say. But President Elon, you definitely taking Republicans, because Republicans are all rich, super, super duper rich, from Jewish people funding their pockets, from Italians funding their pockets, and to other outside national entities. And then, Democrats are rich as well, from inside and outside entities. Elon Musk is considered a double operation. He's outside born and an inside entity. It is what it is. Everyone in politics suck. But right now, the Republicans are getting a bright, shiny light on their butts and their buttholes. And they're telling people to kiss it and suck the shit out of their assholes. So either you don't keep sucking the shit out of their assholes, or you don't stand up for yourself.
Absolutely. If anything, it accelerated. Look at this. New car registrations down 11%. And this has occurred as other EV car makers have seen their registrations go up. And it has also occurred as Tesla's registrations and the people buying Teslas worldwide has also dropped. It's not just a U.S. phenomenon.
And in 10 seconds or less, part of the reason is who buys EVs.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Who buys EVs? Look at this. The share of EV owners who are Republicans, just 20%. When you're falling with Democrats, falling with independents, you're giving up a large share of the market. And that is a big reason why Tesla is struggling.
And the reason for that unpopularity is clear. While he parades himself around as some white knight, as some benevolent patriot, he is almost unilaterally responsible for taking an axe to critical programs like cancer research, healthcare, clean food and water, HIV prevention, CFPB, which protects consumers who've fallen victim to predatory financial institutions, all the while helping himself, his business.
As a person who part-time fixes people's credit in my own, him shutting down the CFPB has to be the craziest, stupidest shit he's ever done. He wants businesses to fuck over you. And for people that still love Elon Musk, don't understand that if businesses can just continually, regularly fuck you over, there's no protection for you. If you don't want protection as a U.S. citizen, fuck it. Keep voting for stupidity. Keep voting outside your interests. Keep voting against your interests. It doesn't matter. We might as... anyways. God damn, that really hurt myself. Fuck you.
And his profits. Notice that all of the agencies he went after were investigating and taking enforcement action against him and his companies. USAID, CFPB, EPA, NLRB, DOJ, Department of Labor. The notion that Elon is some great patriot just looking to help the little guy would be an easier sell if the biggest beneficiary wasn't Elon Musk himself. Something to think about the next time Elon sheds some crocodile tears because his precious stocks take a turn for the worst. Before you go, first, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more and support independent media, please subscribe to this channel. The subscribe button will be right here on the screen. But second, the reality is that we're now in a political environment where this administration can lean on any of the social media platforms to suppress certain voices if they don't like critical coverage.
Have you seen this? It's absolutely insane. Look at the presentation on what's inside this can.
Now we've got the host of On with Kara Swisher and the co-host of Pivot, Kara Swisher. Thanks so much for taking the time.
No problem. So much news, Brian.
So much news. Okay, well, let's start off first with Elon Musk. He aligns himself with Trump, who, of course, these EV-loving liberals hate. Tesla's stock price is falling. Car sales are falling, both in the U.S. and internationally. So I have two questions here. Can Tesla survive this? And is there a world in which Republicans flock to EVs to compensate for the liberals who have left?
No, they are not. His audience is a particular group of people who believe in climate change, as did Elon Musk many, many years ago. He was quite adamant on it and quite dramatic. And so I think what he's done is the biggest destruction of, well, there's a couple things, because I think it's easy to blame it on nobody likes him, which his negatives are quite high, especially with his customers. When you do things that your customers don't like, it's, the customer is always right, no matter what it is. And I don't think that the people the MAGA groups are not rushing to EVs. They find they're hostile to them, right? And so was Trump until just the other day when he had the car sale on the lawn of the White House. But he was hostile to electric vehicles. And so this is not a group of people that wants to buy these things. They don't even want to buy the Cybertruck, which is sort of in their genre, right? They've only sold 45,000 trucks. They were supposed to sell 250,000. They have not. And they've had to recall them all because they were badly glued. And I think the real problem with Tesla is it's a meme stock, and the reason it's as high as it is, which is 134, a PE ratio of 134, which is insane because most car companies are in the single digits, right? PE ratios. And so it's a meme stock that's betting on Elon Musk. And one of the things that they're betting on is that he's going to do
What is a PE rate or PP ratio? What the hell is this? Price to earnings ratio is a financial measure that compares a company's stock price to its earnings per share, indicating how much investors are willing to pay for each dollar of earnings. It's a tool to assess a stock's valuation compared to other companies or historical values. All right, let's see. Tesla's PE ratio compared to Ford. As of March 30, 2025, Tesla's Ford PE ratio is significantly higher than Ford's, with Tesla at $94.34, Ford's at $8.41, indicating that Tesla valued at a premium compared to Ford based on earnings. Interesting. Learn something new every day.
robo-taxis. Well, the problem is Waymo's been doing them for several years in San Francisco and other cities. So he doesn't have one robo-taxi on the road, while others are innovating. The second thing is that the cars have not been updated. What you live or die in the car business and the technology business by your latest version. And as good a car, and let me say Teslas are good cars, it's not as good as other new cars that are coming. And so there's all these new competitors now, including in China with BYD. Here, there's plenty of different competitors. They're all growing market share, and Tesla's losing it, which is a natural thing for it to happen because it was the only choice. But when you get a choice as a consumer, you want to go with the sexy BMW or the really cool Ford. The Ford has several, the Mach, I think it's the Mach 5, beautiful electric car. And so if you have this Tesla, looks the same year after year, and you don't like the guy, you're like, I think I'll get the cool one with the people I kind of like, or I don't care, that don't sit around and insult all manner of people that I happen to like. So that's the other thing. And so the other thing that's then promising is that it's an AI company, that it's a robotics company. And Elon's always promising the next thing, and maybe one of them will be right. And he's saying that the robotics company is what it's going to be. It's going to be this, it's going to be that. He can say what he damn well pleases, and I like that he's like shooting for the moon, but the products aren't there to make up for the market share of this company going down. And then on top of it, he's dislikable. And so you don't want to buy his stuff. That's all.
Well, look, I think all of this was so easy to preview. I mean, I spoke with Mark Cuban in the lead up to the election about how Elon Musk was so clearly aligning himself with Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
And so how like for him, unless he really does plan on just pivoting away from direct to consumer sales and going full blown AI or robo taxis or B2B, whatever it may be, Like, how could he not have foreseen what
I don't think
aligning
he's
yourself
interested.
with Donald Trump would do to his brand?
Because he's benefiting from other things. Like, look, these new auto tariffs benefit Tesla.
Right.
Just so it's the only company that gets benefited. Nobody else does, just Tesla. And so, he's got more space contracts for Starlink. The government is the biggest buyer of things. And so what does he need the rest of us lousy people when he's got Trump to give him contracts? So, the government, that's where all tech is moving toward, because why do you rob banks? That's where the money is. Why do you suck up to government? Because that's where the money is. And so even as he talks about cutting, he's benefiting enormously, and also by getting rid of the people that were investigating some of his problems at each of these companies. And so he's gotten rid of the regulators, which he always wanted to do, and he's getting sweet, fat contracts. And that's what's sad here, is because real progress in technology depends on innovation. Instead, it now depends on access. It doesn't depend on how good your product is now. It depends on how close you are to this, to this very corrupt president. And so that's not innovation. That's not what got Elon to where he is today. And so the problem he has is, as good an entrepreneur he is, a lot of it is he's kind of a P.T. Barnum character in many. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Like when he did that stupid thing where he's like, we're going to do robotaxis. I'm like, I'm in a robotaxi right now. You're not the pioneer of, like, I'm riding around San Francisco. Yesterday, I took 3 or 4 Waymos all over San Francisco. They're everywhere. And they've got millions of miles they've tested. And so and also, I don't trust the safety of the Tesla as much, because they let fewer points of safety. So I'm not going to use a Tesla. But I also didn't use the GM thing because I didn't think the technology was up to it. It wasn't a political thing. It was, if I'm in a driverless car, I'm going to be a safe driverless car, or the safest I can. Yeah. And so it's it's hard. And then when you're at over 100, whatever what I just said, PE ratio, the General Motors, which has much bigger business than Tesla does, is at 7.41 PE ratio. Think about that. Yeah. It's a meme stock based on Elon. And so, he's very good at that. Like with Twitter, the business is less good, and now the valuation is up because you're buying Elon Musk Inc. You're not buying this shitty social media site where advertising doesn't work. You're just doing it so you're paying the VIG, and that's not capitalism as far as I.
She's right. She's right on a lot of things. Maybe wrong on a few small, minute things, but she's right for the most part. If you want innovation, you gotta have open innovation, not accessible innovation, where only a few can access it. So hopefully Tesla stock plummets and they remove him, get a better CEO that can shut the fuck up, and it'll jump back up. But until then, they're riding on him either crashing and burning or actually doing what he says and making a crazy jump into extreme astronomical moon Martian success. So
I can see.
Well, look, I want to zoom out a little bit. Mm-hmm. Republicans have been really effective more broadly over the decades at finding villains. George Soros has been one, again, for decades.
Sure.
Is Musk not just the same exact thing, if not worse, on the right as the very thing that Republicans have clutched their pearls about on the left for decades?
Well, hello, they went on and on about safety of communications, and they just did the worst thing ever. And and they're like on Hillary Clinton. These people don't have, the hypocrisy is so thick. It's kind of ridiculous. And there's lots. We'll talk about that in a second. But yes, he's explicitly right. Keep this in mind. Every accusation is a confession with these people. Whatever they say, I'm like, oh, that's what they're doing. Right. So if they accuse someone of something, it's because that's what they're doing. Elon is exactly what they claim to have hated with George Soros. But he's explicit and right in front of you buying elections. That's what he's doing. That's what.
Yet again, she's right. Sorry for the long pause. I was waiting for my microphone to connect. But George Soros is the big bad boogeyman for the fucking woke. A billionaire who's pro everything. No, he, if anything, likes to play games. Elon Musk is the real George Soros And people are like, no way. He's doing everything right for the betterment of you. Shut the fuck up, you stupid motherfuckers. He does not care about you. Golly. People find, and this is how you know people ain't really religious. People will find something to make an idol, to make a godlike figure or fixture in their life, and then they go hard for it. That's what they're doing for Elon Musk and subsequently his protege, Donald Trump.
That's what he's doing in Wisconsin right now. That's what he's doing everywhere.
He's straight up paying people to sign a petition in Wisconsin, which is basically just him saying he's buying votes, which is, the same scheme that he pulled in Pennsylvania.
And it worked. Let me just tell you, it worked. By the way, well, thank you, Citizens United. It's legal to do this, what he's doing. Now, maybe they'll stop him for all kinds of reasons, but Elon Musk, one of the great attributes of him, he blows through stop signs. That's his greatest skill, is blowing through stop signs. And so that's what he's going to do until you stop him. And of course, nobody now is going to stop him because Trump needs him for a variety of reasons, for not just the money, because there's plenty of rich people, but he's willing to take the heat for Trump in a way that's really significant. Elon's negatives are way down. Trump's are just slightly down, right? But Trump is Elon, and Elon is Trump, but Elon's taking away, he's a heat shield, in rocket terms is what he's doing.
But do you think that sticks? Do you think that let's say there comes a point where Elon does lose his political, his political usefulness for Trump, and Trump finally cuts bait. Do you think that then Trump basically gets to start fresh, and all of the negatives just rest on Elon? He's gone, so that Trump just gets to start over fresh?
What's the point of these tiny waist pockets in most cargo pants these days? The bearskin cargo pants.
No, because Elon's approval rating is falling through the floor. I've never seen such a brand destruction as this. Yeah. This is really quite something. I don't know. I think he thinks, Elon's a massive distraction and at the same time is doing significantly troubling things, right? But even North Carolinians don't like the major federal agency cuts. They don't like any of this. And so Musk is a very polarizing figure. And even though Republicans view him favorably, I suspect more and more, as you're seeing all over the place, we don't like this guy. What is he doing here? And it's not to say other presidents haven't had rich people secretly around them, but nothing like this. Not someone whose finger is in the pie so explicitly.
Right.
And I think people like their corruption quiet, I guess. I don't know what to say or something. But this guy is explicitly tit for tat. Let's get rid of the agencies that are investigating me in any way. And by the way, look, I get it. Some of the investigations are over the top, as many bureaucrats can be. At the same time, maybe they're not. Right. The other thing is everyone's for reforming government and making it work better for citizens, but not everyone's for doing it with the subtlety of a chainsaw.
Right.
They don't want that. They want someone to pick and choose what's good and what's bad and to figure it out. And I don't think, this Doge thing isn't very popular. And that's that. And so I think he'll dump it when that becomes clear. If he loses the midterm elections, and he's not finding that much. What he's proving, by the way, is the government's kind of efficient. He's not finding much, right? He's really not.
The fact that they have to lie about these cuts and say that they've cut $8 billion where there's only $8 million. When you have to start lying about cuts that Joe Biden already made during his administration, and then you're taking credit for them during Trump's administration, that's kind of a testament to the fact that, to your exact point, government is running pretty efficiently right now. But more broadly, it's an interesting tack, because while I get that it might sound nice to cut waste, fraud, and abuse, the reality is that loss aversion is a pretty powerful tool in politics. And so eventually you're going to start chopping away at constituencies that you need, that are effective. Everybody might start off on board when you just offer up this nebulous idea of cutting waste, fraud, and abuse.
Right.
But when that starts to look like, okay, now we've cut off, with USAID, clean water, clean food, HIV prevention, when it means that you have to start chopping away at Medicaid, at food stamps, at FEMA. Right.
The leopard ate my face. Oh, I didn't think the leopard was going to eat my face.
Right.
But what's interesting about the polling is it depends on what you ask. If you say to people, should we do efficiency? There was one, everyone says yes, 70-80% of people, yes. Should we? They didn't specifically ask about Doge. When you start to ask specifically about Doge, they're like, no, we don't like this. We don't like how he's doing it. There's a big difference between this, and that's the right is very smart about this. They get a little piece of something. Immigration is problematic in many states and worrisome. That's true. It's true. Democrats should not have ignored that. Like, people were saying it to them. We're worried about our jobs. We're worried about the price of eggs. We're worried about this. And to ignore it is stupid. But the response to it, that you think voters aren't smart, and they are. And so when you ask them whether you like these, whether you disapprove.
That's the thing about Elon Musk. He thinks that Americans are very stupid. He hates Americans. He absolutely hates Americans. He only loves that we buy until we can't fucking buy no more. That's the only reason why he loves Americans. And I say love. It's really you do this for me. But I hate that you're American. He hates them, man.
Prove, all of them say he has too much authority. He's unfettered. He's rich. He's a rich guy. He's obnoxious. They're doing too much. They've gone too far. And so, and more those polls. There's a Washington Post Ipsos poll. There's all, disapproval all over the place, concern all over the place. And you should be concerned as a citizen, because you want your government to be efficient, but you don't want it to be. And so, and then his other antics, whatever he's doing, being anti-trans and everything else, it's distasteful and cruel when he calls people the R word and stuff like that. I'm not even going to use it because it's so stupid. Yeah. And there's Republicans kind of like it because they like it. They like Trump for his in-your-face stuff, but when it starts to affect them, they don't like it so much. Yeah, right.
It's an interesting point that Democrats ignored all of these flashing, all of these blinking red lights at our own peril. Republicans are guilty of doing the exact same thing right now.
Of course.
But as far as the broader ecosystem of tech oligarchs is concerned, you've got the Elon Musks, you've got the Mark Zuckerbergs, who have predicated their support for Trump on this idea that they want free speech, that they're these free speech champions.
No, they want money.
This administration is now deporting legal residents over op-eds that they've written. And so, is there any pressure on these purported free speach champions to square that?
That's not why they did it, Brian. They're lying to you. That's not what they wanted, because they wanted contracts with the government. I'm sorry. The reason they were standing there like a bunch of toys on a shelf of a spoiled rich person, even richer than he is because they want something. They want government contracts. They want to be left alone. That's why they're paying the $1 million VIGs. Those are VIGs. That's how it works, kids. Those are VIGs that they're paying so they don't get bothered, that they can get off. Now, look at what happened with Disney. Disney paid a VIG, right? Didn't they give money to the inauguration? And then now they're invested because their shareholders, who are the owners of the company, want to keep DEI initiatives in place. They're getting investigated. I was like, I wrote one of the Disney's. I was like, no good deed. No good fucking deed. I at the time said, you could pay as much as you want. They're going to come get you when they want.
I mean, we're seeing that with these law firms right now. I mean, Paul Weiss offered up $40 million in pro bono legal services, and Trump right off the bat says, okay, well, actually, that's just our starting offer. Now we're going to chip away at that too.
Correct.
I mean, you saw it with the Public Integrity Unit. I mean, they had somebody basically jump on the grenade and sign off on the dismissal of Eric Adams, thinking that doing so would protect the rest of the Public Integrity Unit, and then it got disbanded anyway.
Yes, of course. Listen, I pay attention. Everything they do is a distraction to something. Look, the real thing they want are the tax cuts for the rich. That's it. That's what they want. They wanted it before. When I wrote in 2016, when they all went to Trump Tower, when I broke that story where all the tech people were there, they wanted the money repatriated to them, the profits without taxing. They want their money. They want their money here. They want their tax cuts. They don't want the tariffs. They're like, wait a minute, that's not what we wanted. We want everything's about the tax cuts for the wealthy. That's what they want. And so they will put up with all manner of nonsense, including what's really interesting. Listen, Brian, liberals can be very irritating with the words and everything else. Absolutely. There's no question there. But let me just say, they don't actually ban books. They don't actually eliminate words. Every accusation of the right is a confession of what they'll do, which is cut words in the budget, but just haphazardly cut words. Like that's how Jackie Robinson came off. That's how the Iwo Jima thing happened with the code talkers. They actually do the things they accuse others of doing. despite, the liberals being too censorious, they actually ban, they actually do the things. And so it's all a feint for the tax cuts. Just keep that in mind. That's what they want from this guy. And the minute they get it, that'll be that. That'll be that. Once they get what they want, we'll see what happens after that.
If you sat down with Elon Musk right now, I presume you would get all of one question out before he would, get up.
He wouldn't sit down.
And leave the interview. But if you got one question out, what would that first question be?
Oh, that's a good question. What happened to you? Like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Like this, I was just talking to a bunch of people who knew him before. I'm here in San Francisco right now. And this is a surprise to many of us. And I don't say he was a nice person before. None of these people are nice, Brian. They aren't. But some of them are. Reid Hoffman's a lovely person. Always has been, always will be a lovely person. Tim Cook's a very nice guy. Always had. Satya Nadella's a nice guy. Like, despite all the other things, there's certain people are often that like they were. The transformation of this guy, and believe me, he wasn't a lovely guy, but he wasn't this guy. Like, it's really something really profound. Always had problems, always had issues, always had oddnesses and stuff like that. But this is a real transformation of someone moving down towards Howard Hughes land, right? That's where he's going, and that's where this is going. And someone in desperate need of help. And not that I want to give him help, but yeah.
His response to all of that would be, well, I'm the same as I've always been. The Democratic Party didn't, I didn't leave the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party left me.
Whatever.
I mean, this is the refrain, right?
Because they investigated him. He was investigated in ways he thought was unfair. He felt like a victim because because the richest people in the world, as you know, Brian, are the victims.
Correct.
I don't know if you know that.
No, I do. Yeah,
and so he didn't like that. And so what happens is these people don't get their way, and the minute they don't, it's like there's a
rich people be crying. They be like, "Oh my God, you don't know what it's like to be so rich, so wealthy," and they be like, "You need to bow down. Just it's gonna make me cry." Like, dog, you got everything. You want to fuck me too?
There's a Twilight Zone episode where that Billy or whatever, everyone watches around him because if he looks at you, he'll disappear you. If he gets mad at you, they're like those people. If they don't get their way, they suddenly, or disagree with them because they're so used to being licked up and down all day. They don't understand discomfort with you or saying, I don't agree with that. I'm not sure this is the right thing. They lose their fucking mind because they're used to being told, being violently agreed with all night long.
This brand new technology is a massive breakthrough in club engineering because unlike any other club on the market today, we're ever seeing.
You said something to me in our last interview a few months back that has always stuck with me because I thought the imagery was so appropriate. It was so like spot on. And that was that in terms of why Elon has switched sides and why he's like moving over to the right is because he wants to be pet and those people are willing to pet him. And that's really at the end of the day what he's looking for.
Yeah, he does. I mean, it's my image of him that was really sad was the Mar-a-Lago New Year's Eve thing.
Yeah.
So he's there in sort of an ill-fitting tuxedo. It wasn't even a good tuxedo. It was like, oh, can't you afford a nice tuxedo? Like you could probably have someone sew it on you. You're so rich, right? Like little tiny children do it, maybe. And he was there by himself. I think his mother might have been with him, whatever. At Mar-a-Lago, you're the richest man in the world, and you're so lonely. This is where you are, right? I almost feel, in many ways, look, I hate to pay a compliment to Trump, but he seems to have a family that likes him, kind of. It looks like it, right? He seems to, his granddaughter does. I don't think that's fake. I don't think that's fake. And I think he has had children, and obviously Elon has children, but only that one child he carries around like a doll was there, and I think it's really a strange.
Yeah,
and he's not supposed to, by the way, show this kid in public. Just so you're aware, they have an agreement where they're not supposed to show this kid in public, and he doesn't anyway. But he's not there with all of his children. His children don't like him, right? Especially Vivian, who just did a wonderful interview in Teen Vogue. I thought, oh my God, you're the richest man in the world, and here you are. That's how lonely you are. No friends, no your new friends who are there because you're rich. It was very sad to me. Pathetic
It's true.
was another word.
He has unilaterally disabused me of the notion that all of the money in the world will somehow make you happy.
No.
Let's finish off with this. We've talked a lot about how the Republican Party today, and we alluded to this before with Signalgate. We're in a post-shame, post-hypocrisy world. And so after the last literal decade of Republicans clutching their pearls over Hillary Clinton being careless with national security information.
She must be having a great week. Go ahead.
Does the fact that this has happened now, does it stick for a Republican Party for whom shame and hypocrisy don't exist?
No, well, because look at there's a couple of things at work here, just from the technology point of view. They're incompetent. Like the fact that Mike Waltz made it 4 weeks disappearing, I was like, 4 weeks? It's usually a day. Like I was just sort of watching, and of course, then he has his Venmo thing public. So you're like, are you completely stupid, Dad? Like I was like,
and also, Der Spiegel did a full expose on how Gabbard, Hegseth, and Waltz all had some of their public information, their passwords, usernames, email addresses available online, which were then linked to programs like, for example, Signal.
Yes, exactly. And so it's a real problem. I mean, it's really fascinating in that regard. But that said, so it's incompetent because they didn't know they had brought this guy in. I suspect they were trying to bring someone else in and they mistake. That's happened to me with tech people. I've gotten in threads on Meta, but with the Meta senior staff, I'm in on email things suddenly because someone with my name or a similar name was supposed to be. It's happened a half a dozen times for me. I've seen it. It happens personally for everybody. That said, one, they're incompetent. Two, they're careless and sloppy, right? These are important things. They're obviously on their personal cell phones because or they've sideloaded stuff onto a government phone. My ex-wife was a government official. She was a CTO of America. She had a phone she hated. It was a BlackBerry, I believe, because it was the most secure at the time. And she had to use it. She couldn't use her personal phone for anything. And you couldn't sideload things. You couldn't add things. So they were, one, were they or not on their personal phones? Two, what network were they on? Because all these networks are porous. Where were they doing this thing?
We know Steve Witkoff was...
ただいまから日米両閣僚によります共同記者会見を始めます。はじめに中谷大臣からご発言をお願いします。
Now, I would like to start the joint press conference.
We now call on Mr. Chad Williams of Agence France Presse to ask his question.
Thank you. This is for Secretary Hegseth. You gave a speech last month at a Pentagon town hall where you specifically talked at length about accountability. And I'm wondering, including even in the smallest things you said, and I'm wondering if now as we have the Senate Armed Forces Committee asking for a report into the Signal controversy, if you feel as the leader of the Defense Department you have any level of responsibility for what Marco Rubio and some other people have called a mistake.
Thank you for the question. I'm responsible for ensuring that our department is prepared and ready to deter and defeat our enemies. And I'm quite proud of what our forces in CENTCOM did on that initial series of very effective and devastating strikes and the ongoing campaign that we are undertaking, because that is again, on the backs of 4 years of deferred maintenance and failure and weakness of the Biden administration, we are reestablishing deterrence. And as the leader of that department, my job is to advise and work alongside the president and then work with my fellow cabinet members to ensure that we're operationalizing in every way possible.
Boy, white people can't answer a question straightforward at all. He literally went around the question. God, I hate them so much.
Reestablishing that deterrence. So we will ensure the freedom of navigation returns to that part of the world, just as pertinent to our conversation today. Freedom of navigation is something the Philippines experiences in the South China Sea or the West Philippine Sea. It's something we take very seriously.
So we'll go with Kazu next.
Using the right weight matters. The body pod lets you easily understand what is the fastest way to reach.
You're watching The Legal Breakdown. Glenn, all eyes right now are on this Signal group chat scandal that has consumed this White House. A lawsuit was immediately filed. The lawsuit was brought in front of Judge Boasberg in federal court. We now have the first move by Boasberg. Can you explain what just happened?
Yeah, Brian, this one might surprise people because in court, in a 20-minute hearing, the parties, meaning the people who brought the lawsuit, American Oversight, and Donald Trump's DOJ lawyers, get ready for it, they agreed to the way this case should proceed. I'm going to suggest that the reason Donald Trump's DOJ lawyers agreed to proceed a particular way because they got caught with their hand in the national security cookie jar using a Signal app that they had no business to be using. We'll explain why that is in a minute. So they readily agreed with Judge Boasberg and with the plaintiffs who brought this lawsuit. And they said, wait a minute. We are already preserving these records, these, text, these chats on Signal talking about war plans and imminent military attacks. The reason they gave in so quickly, I suggest, is because the law is pretty clear. Under two relevant statutes, the Federal Records Act, the FRA, and the Administrative Procedures Act, the APA, these kind of records generated by federal government officials, executive branch officials, like texting and chatting in writing about war plans, must be retained. They must be retained and they must be forwarded to the National Archives. Why? Because all official government business is supposed to be captured, retained, and delivered to the archives so there is a record of it, and importantly, so people can file what are called FOIA requests, Freedom of Information Act requests. That is a law that promotes transparency in government. And what the plaintiffs, the group that brought this lawsuit, do, and they do it well and they do it aggressively, is they use FOIA requests to try to get at all the information they can regarding the operation of federal government, particularly of the executive branch. Why? So they can keep government officials honest. And that's why, as you said in your introduction, they jumped on this. They filed this lawsuit immediately. And let me just kind of take on three sentences that kind of sum up where we were, where we are, and where we're headed. First of all, just one sentence of about a 20-page complaint, a lawsuit filed by American Oversight, paragraph 61, for anybody scoring at home. Here's what they say. They say the defendant's use of Signal. By defendants here, we're talking about Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth and Tulsi Gabbard and John Ratcliffe and Marco Rubio and some others, the people who are on this chat group. Their use of Signal presents a substantial risk that they have used and continue to use Signal in other contexts, thereby creating records that are subject to the Federal Records Act, but are not being preserved as required by law. That sums up why they brought...
They broke the law, boy. White people get to break the law and don't pay no consequences. It's so crazy. After this, we're on to Joe Budden and his nudity bare ass case.
This lawsuit in one sentence. We know you're trying to hide and not preserve stuff as you are required by law to do, and we're going to sue you to make sure you do. And here is the most interesting sentence I think I'm going to read. It's a memo that was filed by Donald Trump's DOJ lawyers before the hearing commenced. Here's what they said. They said, Judge, a restraining order ordering us to collect up and preserve this signal chat and deliver it to the National Archives. A restraining order is unnecessary because the defendant agencies are already taking steps to locate and preserve the signal chat at issue, and at least one agency has already located, preserved, and copied into the federal record-keeping system a partial version of the chat. Why a partial version? I'm sure Judge Boasberg will get to the bottom of that. So after that concession, that whoops, it looks like we're caught, we're already doing it, Judge, the judge issued a minute order. And what I will say, in typical Judge Boasberg fashion, when I was reading the reporting about this 20-minute court hearing, it seemed like a very civil, even cordial affair. The judge started with something that is classic Boasberg. I've known Judge Boasberg for decades, worked closely with him, tried murder cases with him. He said, we're going to start today by trying to find common ground between the parties, because I think he sensed that DOJ would not be in a position to fight this one. And indeed, they found common ground, as we just reviewed in that DOJ memo. And here is the, give me one more minute, I know I'm going on here. Here is the order that Judge Boasberg issued. And also the reporting was, with kind of a smile on his face, he said to the DOJ lawyers, don't worry, this order will be in writing. An obvious callback to the litigation in which he's embroiled with Donald Trump's DOJ for unconstitutionally deporting Venezuelan migrants. And one of the things the DOJ attorneys argued is that, well, Judge, your first order was just an oral order. Well, as an aside, can I say, Brian, when a judge, for example, is presiding over a trial, a bench trial, and he says, I find you guilty, that's an oral order that has the force of law. When he says, I sentence you to 10 years, that's an oral order that has the force of law. And when he says, turn the damn planes around, he didn't say damn, that was my editorial addition. Turn the planes around and bring these illegally, unconstitutionally deported Venezuelan immigrants back to the United States. When he says it, it is just as enforceable as if it were in writing. But with a little nod to that ongoing, battle that's being waged in that other case presided over by Boasberg, he said with a smile on his face, according to the reporting, don't worry, this one will be in writing. And here's what he wrote. He said, as agreed by the parties in today's temporary restraining order hearing, the court orders that the defendants, Hegseth, Gabbard, Ratcliffe, Rubio, and the others, shall promptly make all best efforts to preserve all signal communications from March 11th through March 15th. And by March 31st, this is what I love because he's going to keep them on the hook. By March 31st, defendants shall file a status report with declarations, sworn statements, setting forth the steps that they have taken to implement such preservation, and this order shall expire on April 10th in the event everything is done to the satisfaction of the court. So again, this was a relatively staid affair where it looks like both parties sort of agreed on what was at issue and how it should be resolved.
Glenn, how relieved are you to hear that one of the people tasked with figuring out why it was that Jeffrey Goldberg was able to gain access into this group chat was Elon Musk?
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't trust Elon Musk to make change for $1 for me. I would triple count to see if I got all 4 quarters. But look, we now have, a premier judge, highly experienced judge, fair, independent, impartial jurist in James Boasberg presiding over all of this. So he will keep them, if not on a short leash, he will keep them to a tight schedule to make sure these declarations are filed with the court so he, the judge, can be satisfied that the executive branch is not continuing to play games with signal chats or otherwise. But, the sooner Elon Musk is out of the business of American government, the better. And I hope that day comes sometime soon.
Well, it's also pretty ironic that the Trump administration felt the need to task someone, Elon Musk notwithstanding, to task someone with figuring out how it was that Jeffrey Goldberg gained access, because they are so desperate not to just admit fault and acknowledge objective reality that Mike Waltz invited him in erroneously. And so instead they have to create this task force to get to the bottom of it. And maybe it might be the deep state. Maybe it might be Hugo Chavez who let them gain access. Maybe it's some FBI agents who have turned on the inside, instead of just all of these conspiracy theories in service of figuring out why it was that a Trump administration official who very clearly just fucked up to explain that away.
Yeah, I'm sure, Trump administration officials who will be putting out the disinformation will somehow find a way for this to wind back to, I don't know, Hillary's emails and Benghazi,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But there's another development that I thought was pretty interesting. A bipartisan pair, a Republican and a Democrat member of Congress, made a demand that the Department of Defense Inspector General look into what the heck went on here, and then we all realized, oh wait, Trump fired the Department of Defense Inspector General, and I don't know that he has replaced that person yet, but ordinarily that would be somebody who would certainly be in a perfect position to investigate what kind of abuses may have taken place in the Department of Defense with Pete Hegseth and these other government officials. But, because Donald Trump got rid of our watchdogs on the inside of the executive branch, it looks like that's a hollow request from this pair of Republican and Democrat members of Congress.
Right, for all courtesy of an administration that purportedly is very focused on eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse. Got rid of the cops on the beat. Finally, Glenn, let's finish off with this. People are going to look at this lawsuit and say that there isn't really accountability that they have to face. I mean, yes, they have to preserve their documents, but really this is just another instance where the Trump administration can barrel ahead, can break the law. In this case, we're talking about a violation of the Presidential Records Act. Can do something. I mean, even Jamie Raskin came out and said that being able to have these discussions, notwithstanding the fact that Jeffrey Goldberg gained access to it, having these discussions in an unsecured, at least as far as military operations are concerned, commercial texting app is an instance wherein they broke the law. Really, this is just another example of them being able to do that and facing no consequences. It's like they would rather ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. And so, even though they're not asking for forgiveness either, but do you view this as just another example of, okay, the Trump administration really can just do whatever they want, not face any accountability, and really get away with some slap on the wrist that will ultimately be just preserving some documents so that they can comply with the Presidential Records Act after the fact?
IRS e-file is now open. Snap your W-2 and file your taxes 100% free. Plus, get your biggest refund. Roughly.
What is unfortunate about it is that Trump does not believe in law. He doesn't. Absolutely doesn't. Hates it. Wish that law should only be applied to the poor and to the rich. There should not be any laws. This is what it is. All right, on to Joseph Anthony Bottoms Budden. Oh, shit. Why is she get suspended? Let's see this.
Joe Budden suspends Melissa Ford? That's right, y'all. After 2 consecutive episodes, it looks like Joe Budden told Melissa Ford to stay home. And I don't think this is speculation, really, because all you got to do is look at the last 2-3 months of Melissa Ford on the podcast, and you can see that the two haven't been seeing eye to eye on the production of the Joe Budden podcast. In the last episode in which she wasn't there, Joe didn't really give a reason why she wasn't on the show. I mean, there wasn't a movie, there wasn't some type of life event. He didn't even say she's going on break. On top of that, it's pretty well documented that, Melissa Ford has been refusing to speak on the Patreon. It got so bad that Joe called her out for it.
Do what you want to if your contract reflects that. And if you would like to amend it, call Ian after this. Because my middle name this month and the rest of this year is amend or another word I can't say. And whenever that time comes, it'll be the top thing in your YouTube algorithm.
And there's even an incident where Melissa Ford shut down a conversation on the Patreon because she felt the topic was something she brought up before.
Y'all motherfuckers looked at me like I grew another but yet the last 40 minutes has been based on the whole premise. Y'all get on my nerves sometimes.
On top of this, Melissa Ford has also been a bad vibe, and she was constantly making faces and being a disturbance to the show.
Wasting our time. No, don't do that. All right, see. Don't do that to her. She gonna shut down. Oh, come on.
You guys are being...
Also, Joe has hinted often that Melissa Ford likes to request time off, and sometimes the reasons that she makes to take time off aren't the most certified. It's obvious that this is a suspension, and I don't think it's tied to the recent sleepwalking case that Melissa Ford is named in. Now, another thing we have to look out for is how well received the last episode of the Joe Budden podcast was without Melissa Ford. Granted, it was Ish's arrival to the show after missing a few episodes, so he came in energetic, but could it be that there's a more nefarious play at hand? Is it possible the members of the show enjoy it when Melissa Ford is not around? I think that in that studio, yes, there's issues between other members of the cast, but I think they would prefer, because of Melissa Ford's tendency towards, I don't like saying this, but diva behavior, that Melissa Ford wasn't around. I mean, she's been shutting down conversations. She hasn't been participating in certain dialogue just because she feels a certain way about a topic or maybe how she felt that day. And I think there's been chemistry growing between the men of the show, Imani, Ish, Joe, Flip, Mark Lamont Hill. But Melissa Ford is getting more and more distant. Also, Melissa Ford is working on her podcast, Hot and Bothered. It's about to launch, so I assume there's a lot of back-end stuff that she has to do. She's been recording several episodes in real time, and she's doing it in conjunction while being on the Joe Budden podcast. She also has a burgeoning movie career. So to me, it appears like maybe the Joe Budden podcast is on the back burner for her, and she isn't giving her all, which has led to a subpar performance on the show. And I know the woman audience, well, I don't even know if it's the woman audience of the Joe Budden podcast. I think they're going to be like, oh, man, the show doesn't put her in a great, successful position to actually participate. And while that is true in some instances, her move to not talk on the Patreon sealed her fate, which is why that led to the suspension. If you're not going to talk on the Patreon, there's really no advocating any fan of the Joe Budden podcast could do. Plus, what show did Melissa Ford think she was joining? She was joining the Joe Budden podcast. And how Joe Budden acts now is no different than how he acted back in the day. I mean, remember when he would cut Rory and Maul off? He would do the same to Ish and Ice. So you can't say that, oh, Joe's the problem. Well, Joe's always been the problem, even before Melissa Ford's arrival. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think
Joe is a problem? He's a problem child. He is a narcissist. He is a psychopath, a megalomaniac. That's just what it is. But hold on, what is it?
All right, let's get into Friday feedback for the week. info@davidpakman.com is the place to send your thoughts, criticisms, questions, suggestions, which may be featured on Friday feedback. We also look at comments and replies across all social media platforms, and we will also...
I don't care about that. Oh. Why does it keep doing that? Joe Budden. Joe Budden sued by neighbors for lewdness, excessive noise, smoking, and more. They use this picture, it's funny. The drama between Joe Budden and his fellow condominium tenants is far from over, as John and Yulia Asoy, is it Aksoy or Atsoy, are now suing the podcaster following the bizarre incident that saw him naked on their Ring camera and allegedly trying to enter the home. The December incident has led to nude images of the rapper surfacing online. Just 4 months ago, Joe Budden was arrested for allegedly attempting trespass on a neighbor's apartment. Yada yada yada. According to the lawsuit, the alleged that Joe Budden, along with his co-host Melissa Ford and their condo associate, engaged in a campaign of intimidation and retribution after they voiced concerns about excessive noise on the podcast. That stories have also complained about Budden and his team smoking weed in the building's common areas, creating a hazardous environment for the young daughter. These people are racist as fuck. God damn. I don't even think Joe Budden smokes weed. He smokes cigs, and it is a city head.
The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by this podcast, as well as its hosts, are for entertainment purposes only. I repeat, it is not serious. It is not real. No one is exposing, revealing, indicting, or telling you anything about themselves. Also, we do not encourage you to try this at home. We are trained professionals who do not have your best interests at heart, or our own. Enjoy the show.
I want to pull the reveal out. Go ahead, you tell them, and then I'll tell you the reveal. Now I'm going to tell them the reveal. It's hilarious.
What do you want me to say exactly? The story?
When you say it like that, it makes it seem like it's
No, what I'm saying is that this week, I realized that the JBP, and I know we don't like talking about this, are serious when it comes to taking an episode off and being docked for it. So, when I received some money, I called Ian. I looked at it. It wasn't the normal money that I get. I was docked. I saw that there was some money missing. And then I got a letter from the accountant. Yo, hey, they said this. In my head for the moment, I felt away. I said, yo, these niggas is trying to get me. They're trying to take me down. I need to get the fuck away from them. This is crazy. The first 2 years, I was getting my shit off, and I was taking like 5 days off of the month and getting my shit full. Now they're very serious. I went to Ian crib to try to be cool, but that whole time I'm staring at that nigga feeling away like, yo, you motherfucker.
Oh, you knew when you got there that happened?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, you was trying to just act like it was cool. I went there I tried to play ball and just be cool. I went there under false pretenses.
And
I did.
Didn't work. But you ain't getting on. Oh, you was corny then, because now if I know that going in, then I got to kick it with you in the basement. I got to find a way to bring it up. But that's not the funniest part. This is hilarious. This is so funny, and we're not staying here, so it's okay.
We're not staying here.
But the funny part, the funny part?
What?
You had to see what it looked like before they knew that it was a half day. Ian thought you just took off. He had that shit look. I was like, yo, whoa. He came.
Bro,
he came in for Patreon. Don't do my man. That shit was looking junk. There's a chunk that came out. But you came in for half the day. But Ian had the Glock point blank loaded. Like, nah, you can't do my man like that. He came in half the day. He came in half the day. Don't play with him.
I see the game you playing.
I'm on your side.
You're on your dean.
I'm on your side.
I see how strict you guys are, and you know we go from there.
I'm not rocking with Ian.
No, I came in on time, man, but we go from there because I don't want to hold up the broadcast. It's not about me.
Me and him just finished beefing. Me and Ian.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, but nobody know because we smooth.
Outside in the back?
No, we've been beefing forever.
Under the boardwalk. Down by the sea. Hey, yo, let me ask you a question. What the fuck is this?
That's how you supposed to be. There you go.
Flip, please don't use your phone on air. Use these fidget toys instead. Love, Ian. Right? What the fuck is this? Nigga, I'm a grown man.
Hey, yo, you holding a rainbow? No, man.
And they got a rainbow meat.
What?
That
little mini meat. Oh, shit.
Yo, what is? Let me see that.
Let me ask you a question. You
want to hold a rainbow meat?
You don't think that this is an insult to me as a man, as a father of 3, potentially 4?
Hey, yo.
Look at this.
You know you my man. I be Shicky Nuggy. I be playing. This is some real Shicky Nuggy bullshit.
You gonna let them do that too? You let a lot of shit happen to me, bro.
Wait, I just found out.
And on top of that, I've been reading. I've been in tune with the audience. They agree with me about that cutting off shit. We're gonna talk about it later on Patreon. They agree. They did the research and said yes, Joe does do that to Queen's Flip specifically. They agree. You owe me an apology when you do your research.
I owe you
want a hug.
I owe you an apology and a hug when we walk in that network building. Like as soon as you get the address to the audience's network, then you be dead ass right. What they say is a fact over there. So.
Yeah, that's funny. Son.
Say less. You right? Say less.
Yo, that's funny. I missed you, yo.
You can't argue with a nigga like that.
I missed you.
Yo, your man.
I missed it. I missed
your
y'all.
man.
That's
be on.
funny, son.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
What other toys you got over there?
I got some bullshit. Nah, I don't want to play with none of these shits.
They got that.
Who? I'm your man.
You? I'm gonna tell them later on when I called you on the phone when you was in the mall. We gonna talk about that. This nigga can't.
Yo.
This nigga's a lame.
Fucking fool, yo.
This nigga's a lame.
Yeah.
He can't go to the mall by himself. He can't move by himself. He with Sade all day. She answering questions for him. I said, nigga, you good? Blink. He said, yo, I don't want to say nothing. I said, text me on the side. He couldn't do anything, son. I said, you can't even walk the mall yourself. You are lame.
Yo, what is wrong with
yo?
this
That's how I felt at the bar.
With him?
Yeah.
See? Oh, shit.
It was a nice little button thing went through. That's what I hit him about. Nice little. Woo!
Yo, that's a little different, son.
I said, yo.
Why is
what?
That's bad.
Yo, it ain't yo.
Why this girl?
This got a problem, yo. Look at my man.
This girl is dead.
He got such a problem.
So?
She's not outside. She's sitting right next to him.
Wait, hold on. There got to be some sort of respect for the relationship.
Yo, listen to
in
this.
that time, nigga.
Listen to this.
You acting like the Manhattans.
Yo, you acting like Bobby Womack, my nigga. Oh shit. God damn.
Yo, Bobby Womack.
Listen to this. If you sit next to your man and you like, damn, look at Shorty with the red. Mm-hmm. And then that's your man's not gonna go holler at Shorty with the red. I'm just saying, yo, Shorty with the red is fire. Look.
Now you said if my girl is sitting next to me.
I'm not saying it to your girl or in front of your girl. I'm texting my man on a sneak. Yo, look at Shorty in the red.
Well, all women are not like his woman. When you text him that, she sees it somehow.
Oh no, she got it. That phone went to her first.
I text her. My bad. I text her.
You text their phone.
You text them.
You can't be. My niggas could test me that, but you can't be doing that all wildly, willy nilly. You feel me?
Nigga, I'm on the phone with this nigga. He walking with my baby right now. I said, you sucker bitch ass nigga. Look at you.
Gotta put the disclaimer out early. Oh, that's crazy.
Tell him what I said.
That's nuts.
Yo, Flip is just a fool right now, and we're gonna start this spot. Something's wrong with him. First of all, I posted a story with me and my girl. We in Lululemon. We in the mall. Flip called me. Flip don't call me on the fucking whatever day this is anyway. So he called me like, yo, what's up? I'm like, what's up? He's like, what you doing? I said, I'm in the mall. It's a long silence. He's talking about, damn, you can't do shit by yourself. I said, yo, what you mean?
He started dying.
You with your girl right now? I said, damn, you can't even just take a stroll on some chilling shit. He said, you can't take a little walk just in the mall on some on some rich nigga. You just with your girl looking dumb in the face. She monitoring what you say. God. He just going on. Yo, Flip is an asshole, man. That's out to you, baby. And yes, Ish, that is crazy. You can't do that. Even though everybody know what that text was. Everybody know what that text was, but you can't send that text. No, you can't send that text.
Okay.
Everybody in here is with me. Talk to them.
I ain't say nothing.
I'm with him on
You
that.
can't send that
All right,
text.
you got it. My girl right here, my nigga.
Like, cause what I'm gonna do?
You wasn't gonna do nothing regardless.
You supposed to text you back? Yeah, your ass is fat. Now y'all having a whole conversation about her ass.
Yeah, he's 4 seats down. I couldn't walk. You know what I'm saying? Talk to my man.
So wait. If you could walk, you would have went to him in front of his girl. Yo, hey.
No, if I could walk, we would already caught eyes already.
Yo, can I say something? But respectfully, this is what the YG song is about.
The one that was released.
I never heard no YG song, but
the YG song. He come on with a hard bar. We'll get to it later.
The
But
YG
the
song is hard
synopsis
as
of the
hell.
song is
Not doing cap
this is why
for you.
my views are what they are today. And as took me to get older to learn that my views is kind of different than whatever normal views are.
Okay, so you saying my man
This is one of those moments. No, I'm not saying that. Stop. Because you trying to be funny.
I didn't know what you was getting at.
I think this is a normal.
Yeah, that's not normal.
And I think that comes from
something else.
It's just look at him.
He really think we bugging.
You gotta remember,
Yes,
I don't.
that's why he the man.
I'm not saying that y'all bugging.
What if a nigga check his phone and his girl there? Itch? That shit, they feel insulted. Like, yo, I'm gonna text you that in real time.
Listen to what I'm saying. Everybody views
I ain't
different.
got the
Let me
intro
tell
songs. I
you.
ain't got shit ready.
I'm learning, bro.
Goddamn.
Everybody views is different. Let me say that.
If I text you that you with your girl, I text you, yo, look at this, that's your type, and your girl is right there. She sees that.
Side note, this is a Pokemon related thing. I understand why they call it terrestrial festival, whatever. They're all crystallized.
No, I'm just saying, if she see it,
they're really rare ones.
would she not feel
My
away?
girl not gonna say nothing. My girl will be
Really?
like, my girl will be like, who he talking about? Oh yeah, that is your type.
She wouldn't feel a way that you're.
I'm answering the question. My girl will be like, who he talking about?
Oh, they into that. He gotta-
she is your type.
You trained yours. You trained yours under the boardwalk. Down by the sea. Nigga, you a trainer, nigga. I forgot you type of niggas.
It's not that. Like
Nigga, we can't get that off. If my wife sees some shit like that, I'm pretty sure she'll feel away. I don't know. Cause I'm a look. I'm not like y'all. I'm like, oh, who? What is talking about? Oh shit.
I tell my girl, yo, Joe just texted me. Is the girl over there in the red? Is
you gonna rat?
What the fuck are you talking about? Dog, my girl is my friend first.
Ooh.
So me and my girl got a friendship and a relationship.
That's
So
fire.
I'll be like, yo, dog, my girl will see a girl in the spot and be like, damn, she got a nice body. She got fat. And I'll be like, who? She'll be like, over there in the purple.
We do that, but that's
What do
different.
that have to do with your girl's perception of me?
Yeah, that's totally different.
No, I'm talking about my relationship with my girl.
Got it.
What you mean?
But what does that have to do with her perception of me being the guy that's texting you in front of her saying,
Oh, that's a good point.
That looks crazy.
No, but he changed. He said, if you said to your girl, look, such, I'll be like,
and we dragging, it's not really a thing. It was
It's
a joke.
not a thing.
It's like a joke. It's a joke.
It is a joke.
Don't take our teen summit review of it like it's more than what it is. It is not. My girl laughed. I'm laughing. We all laughing.
Yes.
Let's chill out. Because you niggas will go grab a pen and a
Start
journal.
snitching, yeah.
You niggas will go grab a journal and start adding people and start DMing and making the, what's the fake Insta? The Finsters.
Yeah.
You niggas will make a Finsta in a heartbeat, boy. They must have took that little email limit rule off. Back in the day, it was a limit to how many emails you could do. You only got like 4 or some shit.
Well, yeah, you can just create more emails.
These
can just
niggas,
create more. These
you niggas is
like
buying more memory space or something.
Just a snitch.
Yeah.
To this.
They got the unlimited iCloud. They not playing.
And then whoever creating the avatars, they rich. Because these niggas don't put their face up there.
God
Yo,
damn.
That's crazy, yo.
That's funny.
Niggas got your avatar of you, dissing you.
And the funniest shit about that is my girl knows me very, very well. So she know that I take offense to Ish even texting me that. As if I ain't seen.
See my boy?
What the fuck is wrong with you, boy? Are you crazy, nigga?
See my boy?
Are you crazy texting me in the spot?
Oh shit, okay.
You think you seen something I ain't see up in here, nigga? You fucking respect me at all times.
And her.
Man.
And her.
Probably.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's the point I'm making.
Probably. That's funny.
Yo, he's a psycho. There's only one of him.
Yo, he fronting it here.
Everybody knows him.
He fronting.
Okay. What happened? Hold on, wait. Hold on now. Wait, pause that.
Wait, yo, hold on. You pressed the button on my laptop?
What's the mood today? Like, nigga,
but you
what's
pressed
going
the
on?
button on my laptop?
Who you sending the
Get
message
your
to?
shit
Nigga? You came down here a little somber. What happened, nigga? Don't speak to your girl through this shit, nigga. Stop using the platform for 3 minutes. We have 3 million listeners, nigga. It's not for you to get your love off.
That's a fact. What you saying? But that's not what I'm doing.
I bet.
That's not what I'm doing.
Okay,
That's not what I'm doing.
Well, let's go back to. I apologize, people. Do not get mad at me. I just had to stop it in real time because sometimes my man be doing these tricks. I'm just trying to catch on. Go ahead,
Even though for as much shit as my girl has gotten over the duration of this podcast, if I did want to come in here on some love potion shit, I should get one episode of that. But that ain't what I'm doing because that's corny and I don't think it's entertaining.
You should.
So I'm going to always kick her back in.
No, okay, yeah. Because now she's going to be mad at me. She be coming here grilling me. Hey, Flip.
But no, this is just, it's a good vibe today. Shout out to our sister Mel here with us in spirit.
Mel, we love you. We miss you.
Yeah, we miss you. She should be back with us soon.
Yes.
But the weather's breaking in New York.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker white coloring don't get dirty. It ain't like the fucking Camry white.
It's different paint.
Whatever paint they put on that shit do not get dirty, boy. That shit still pearly. Shit like
glowing in the nighttime.
like the super good veneer, like that. Like why you get them veneers? Like that one. That type of white.
Oh yeah, the wild shit. All right, man, my fuck yeah, man. They gonna catch me out.
My little brother gonna kill it at the prom.
Oh, you let him hold it?
I don't know. I'm talking shit.
That's fire, son.
Let them hold it, man.
Let him hold it.
Let them hold the shit.
Do they know how to drive?
Huh?
They know how to drive?
No, don't let them drive
it.
it.
Somebody gonna drive it.
Oh yeah, come on, Joe.
No, he ain't gonna drive it.
Yeah, you're not driving it.
Show for them niggas.
Who, me?
That'll be fire.
Are you fucking crazy?
Why not? You too good to show for your brothers?
Yes.
Hey, yo, Joe
The other day I just saw prom the other day with the.
I ain't gonna hold you. That would be hilarious.
That'd be lit.
Joe getting out, opening the door for him.
They get that off.
You get a little high.
Crazy.
Oh, it's the rose too, so you gotta let the umbrella up.
So when Trey went to the prom for his prom, or it wasn't his prom, maybe it was her prom. He went to a few proms.
Real
But
shit.
on one of them proms when I was in Montclair, he like, all right, so this is how it's gonna go. We got him dressed. Me and him did some dad-father bonding shit.
Dope.
Did whatever car we was doing. I think they was doing a limo. So that means the limo's gonna come to her house.
Every house.
Get them, and then come over here and get him. And they was gonna do the pictures. Right? This big stupid ass house in Montclair. So now the limo get there. I come outside. They whole family lined up right there. I'm all in the front. Joe Budden in the face. Hey! Now I gotta go over here, shake hands with this girl's dad and mom and the sisters and the cousins and the nieces. It's just me and my son.
Oh, she had the whole. Oh,
it's just me and my son. Just me and my. She got the whole block lit with her people.
Hey, man.
I'm just like, hey,
y'all.
all right,
Hey, y'all.
have fun. I hope they last. Who knows what they're getting into after? It's just like a whole. It's awkward.
Yeah.
It's awkward. It is. I don't know how we got there.
Oh.
All right, I'm on some love posts.
intro.
I'm just on some smooth the weather break.
Yo, you know what that is?
Yeah, it's Darnell Jones, nigga.
Nah, because remember you said you ain't know the
had your
album
face
before.
all in the screen.
I've been new Darnell Jones.
I don't know.
Where I want to be.
I mean, it says that.
I can't see.
I mean, it says that right there. Where I want to be, Darnell Jones. It's got the remnants of a real good weekend coming up. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you.
80 degrees, nigga.
I opened that weather app.
Yeah.
I seen a few 80s. It wasn't just a random 80. It was like 3 or 4 80s, nigga.
Uh-huh.
Even that line right there make her question what her definition of love is. Even that line right, because when you love someone, you just don't treat them bad. He is smoking this gaslight shit. This is all a con. This whole album is a con.
That's what you think?
Yes.
You don't treat somebody bad that you love.
And I'm gonna leave you alone because I want to explore the world.
If that's the case, then why is marriage for better or for worse?
They're not married.
Was it worse than yesterday?
He trying to see if he want to marry her.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm a young dude. We've been together for a long time.
I ain't did nothing
I want to
else.
see what the world has.
You don't
to
wait.
offer.
You don't think they in love?
Yeah.
They might be in love.
Yeah.
Okay. And clearly
But he's
somebody
igno-
did something.
but he's-
But
he's
he's got nothing to
my
compare.
temptation is
Who did something here?
Not just
Nobody.
that. He could be. They could be
Wait,
in love. but he ain't got
nobody
nothing
did
to
nothing.
compare.
Oh, okay.
Look,
All right, you got it,
They
buddy.
could be in love and ain't got nothing to compare it to.
Wait, you not?
He don't know.
My gaslight point is irrelevant if you think nobody did nothing.
He has the potential of doing something, but he's
He want to do.
acknowledging.
He want to do something.
Yeah, he's acknowledging it.
yeah.
He wants
Are
to
y'all,
leave.
wait, are y'all playing with me?
No,
nigga.
Play the-
I'm gonna leave you before I go do some.
I
She's
wanna
fucking
go do
sitting there
something.
crying in front of him.
Because I'm telling you I'm leaving.
I'm
All right,
breaking
done
up with
y'all.
you.
All right, I love the vibe of this podcast already.
Either I want to be here or I don't. What break?
Love
wanna
is
take a break to
not
see if
that
it's something
black
that
and
you
white,
want?
buddy.
Because sometimes the shit be fire.
What should be fine?
Super fire.
The other thing.
Super bad. It be fire. So you think like, I'm going to let you get your shit off.
No.
But in your mind, you know, like,
No.
in about
No.
2 weeks, I'm going to go crack that heart.
No.
No?
No.
Freeze, you too strict for me, nigga. You got too many rules.
Back in the day, if I wanted a break, what was the break for?
The
All
break
right,
to
if
give
I
each
just
other
finish
space.
these drops, we can have more of the talk.
Enough, Daddy.
They made the applause stop, these fucking motherfuckers. What episode is this? We'll do it quick.
812.
All right, welcome to episode 812. I'm him. We're all us. You know what it is. Y'all are y'all. We're here together, one big happy family. In the great words of Queen Latifah, UNITY, brought to you by, powered by, fueled by, Prize Picks gang. Yeah. Shout out to the first and last time listeners, all the subgroups out there, all of the patronies out there, all the hate listeners out there, all the lovers out there, all the haters out there, and everybody that's at work right now, 9-to-5ers, entrepreneurs, parents, children, aunts, cousins, and all of the alike. Welcome. So glad you could be here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.
You sound like you hit the 1.5 button.
Get back to the Very good, nigga. We don't ask all that. We don't need to ask no
got
questions.
some breath.
We don't need to ask any questions, nigga. Let's get right back to the topic.
Anyway, back to it. Get to it.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that you said, what would the break be for? Correct? The break would be for just space to see. Just give you space. I'm gonna give me space because a lot of times people be around each other all the time.
Where I wanna be.
Like
The
it's
song.
COVID. So I'm gonna give you space just to see. You clear your mind, I clear my mind, just to see if we want to be in this situation. It's like a 2-week break.
You being willfully.
So you putting the time limit on the break? I've never done that. You putting the time limit on it.
Some people, some people give 2-week breaks. Yo,
So
you
let me-
don't
let
come
me-
to my crib, don't call my phone, bitch. You stay over there for 2 weeks at your house.
All right, let me ask you a question. What's the difference between that and breaking up?
No
If
one
we
puts
get back
the
together,
time
we
on
get
the
back
break.
together.
There's no
Flip.
time on the break.
What's the difference between what you said and we broke up?
You asking a nigga that's been married his whole life, so I can't
Well,
answer that.
I'm only replying to you because you said why.
There's
you do
no
the break.
difference, but what I'm saying is that the difference for me would be I have the intent of going back there and cracking your muffin in about 2 weeks. I'm gonna go knock on your door. I want the pussy again because it's fire.
So let me ask you what happens. When another baker come in there,
yeah, that's the problem.
They got different glazed donuts than you got.
Nigga, listen, I'm honest, nigga. I'm sitting outside the crib that whole 2 weeks just watching.
So why break up?
What you don't
I
want to
don't
break up
care
then?
because that's me. For me,
Yo, dog.
I just gotta watch and make sure she's not doing nothing.
In my former life, I never had a break.
Cause you the nigga that they got a break from.
Cause you scary.
No, because I was doing what I was doing regardless.
Ooh.
I was cheating, so I didn't need no break. If I was exploring another option, I already had the option on my plate. So I wasn't doing that. It didn't make no sense.
I think you're so emotional. You didn't give a break because you were scared to lose her. Honestly, Ish.
You're right.
You were scared that another nigga man came and took it.
I don't want to say no ignorant, arrogant shit.
I want you to say it.
You are 1,000% correct.
So you didn't care.
Dog, my girlfriends that I was with in the past, I wanted to be there. If I didn't want to be there, I would have left. I wanted to be there.
Have you ever had a situation where you got with somebody and they came to your crib and end up staying forever? Meaning like they didn't go back. You guys, it became a routine.
I've had girls that I was fucking with.
And you lying right now, but I'm gonna let you.
I'm not lying.
Don't let them lie. I hate when you do that.
That's not true.
Don't let them lie.
Dog, any girl that I've ever broken up with, first of all, the girls that I've broken up with in the past, they might have broken up with me. I didn't initiate no we need some space bullshit. I never did that in my life. I'm not lying.
Did you do this shit to make them break up with you?
No, I've never done that.
Just
Neither.
asking.
What you
Just
doing?
asking.
Yeah, y'all say
Wait,
that.
stop. All right.
No,
All right.
Stop.
Acting like Ish now.
You're gonna do that with the wall.
No,
you
you ever know that I did something purposely to make a girl break up with me? I don't do that.
Ish, I don't want to do word soup game. You just said that you was cheating.
Yeah. Okay.
There's been mad instances in your life where you had a situation with a girlfriend of yours where she's leaving or wanted to leave because you did something.
Yeah.
That's happened before.
That's not what he's
That's not
talking
what I'm
about.
saying. That's
He
different.
talking
What
about
is he talking
when you
about?
purposely make a girl break up with you, like you do some
just
shit.
purpose.
Yeah, I've never done that. Yeah, that's your move. That move y'all used to do.
What the fuck is the difference if you constantly doing something that's gonna make the girl break up
Because
with
the
you?
difference is when you, in his version, I'm doing this in hopes of you're not finding out. I don't want to leave you.
That shit that y'all used to pull was, yo, I'm gonna do some shit and get caught on
Okay, I think I
purpose
follow what
so that the girl leaves me. I wasn't the
So
leaver.
that she could feel she
was
walked
the,
away.
Yeah.
For me, all that shit is word soup because if either party leaves and then you reunite later, that was a break.
See, I disagree.
Yes, hold on.
I disagree.
That was a break.
I wasn't the initiator
That was a
of
break.
that.
I disagree with that.
I don't care how the break came up. I get that you saying,
Yeah,
hey,
like,
if
that's
where
not my-
I stand on breaks, I'm not doing the break
yeah.
thing. However, if you've taken a break and then gotten back together, then you certainly understand the concept behind.
I do.
Okay.
don't.
I'm saying
Okay,
I
that's
do.
that's my only point. That's my only point.
I don't get that.
I'm just saying, however you handle breaks and all that, don't negate. I don't want you to speak as if you can't understand the people.
You never
that-
got back with someone after you
broken up. Yeah, but see, that's why the way y'all say the break is like we taking some time to figure out what we want to do. If we want to come back.
So you're saying the break can only
breakup be
exist-
a breakup, and then if we get back together, we did. But it wasn't a breakup to figure out if we want to stay together.
So
or
you're
not.
saying the only way a break could be a break is if it's premeditated?
Yes, that's the way it's been explained. The
Yeah,
way they said
and
we
the way- and the way
taking
Donnell
some
said
time
it,
to do
yeah.
X, Y, and Z. That's the break.
I just
Nothing. Yo,
What if the breakup wasn't really like a breakup? You just like you were kicking it for a little bit. It wasn't really super duper serious, but then you decided to go other ways, and then you ended up getting back together.
Well, that ain't
and-
even-
not a breakup
That's not a
because y'all
breakup.
wasn't
Y'all
in a
in a
relationship.
Yo, the break conversation could be great if it wasn't with y'all two, because y'all don't know about a break, because y'all ain't with breaks.
I've never done that.
I don't do breaks.
But
Never
this
done
break conversation, there's nothing about a break that says premeditated, even if you premeditated.
So in the Donnell
Are
joint,
y'all crazy?
In this
But
song,
y'all
he
don't
said-
know that because y'all don't.
in
this
this
song-
song that we talking about, he said, "I just need time to see."
He is
Where I wanna be.
gaslighting the fuck out of this girl. I don't care what y'all say.
Stop.
Bro,
I
I'm
keep
going off his
saying that.
word. Okay, if he
You
is,
saying
that is the definition of a break to me. I need some time to see where I want to
Yes.
be. Means I might want to be with you or I might not. Let's take some time and figure it out.
Yes.
That's a break. I don't do that.
Yes.
Also, thank y'all for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Posing a question here: would you work with Joe Budden? Comment down below if you would like to work with Joe Budden. I think I would. It would be funny and entertaining for about a year, maybe 6 months. 6 months to a year at max, and then I'll be like, this nigga really cuts people off and doesn't let people talk, and it's very aggressive, and I'm gonna have to shoot this nigga. But other than that, it's pretty cool. Also, to my Pokemon TCG people, have you gotten Journey together? What have you pulled from Journey together? And are you trying to master set it? I am trying to master set Journey together. For some reason, I can't pull Zoroark or in Zoroark, both versions that go, or all three versions. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's it. That's cool. Oh, and some miscellaneous bullshit, but that, yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna actually look to the card on this stream, but yeah. Comment down below what you pulled from Pokemon Journeys Together. I like the set. People are like, oh, I hate it. It's not good art. Nigga, can you draw, bitch? No, you can't. Fuck, nigga.
That's what I'm saying. I don't do that. We break up. You go your way, I go my way. And there's no if we come back together. If it happens, it happens. But we're not breaking up to figure out if we want to stay together.
Okay,
I agree with that.
We sound like bitches.
All right.
We did it.
We did it.
I agree with that.
We did it. I don't want to break from you guys.
Here you go.
Look
Here you
at
go.
that.
It's bullshit,
Come
bro.
on. Hey.
No, nigga.
Heartsies.
Idiot.
Yo, how would y'all feel if I had like a heart next to one of your, a heart emoji next to your name on my phone?
I wouldn't know. Too, no, this
No, for real. What?
Capital G.
Like the heart.
Nigga put the hard eyes or some bullshit.
Slap fire out you, nigga. I see
Don't
that.
put no emoji next to our names, yo. None.
How would you feel if your partner had an emoji next to somebody's name?
Like a nigga?
What emoji?
Not an eggplant or nothing.
I'm saying which one?
That counts. The yellow face with the heart.
Are you
Nigga?
No. Never, nigga.
So nothing with a heart.
No.
What if she had the muscle, the metal on? Who was that? He ain't a contractor, bitch. What?
Yeah, answer flip.
He ain't your trainer, bitch.
Yeah, he ain't your trainer. I'm not playing. Yeah.
No, I ain't playing with none of that.
Answer flip.
No.
He can't have the muscle emoji right there.
Fuck no.
Yo, you better be the best trainer in New Jersey.
No, even worse.
Yo, bro.
All right, just a couple footballs.
No.
She can't have a football next to somebody's name.
No, that mean he threw your bitch.
That nigga S analogies is crazy, and these niggas might be insecure. Because if a nigga has a football next to his name, maybe he played sports. Maybe he's a trainer, an athlete. These niggas be so annoying, and I hope they're just potting, but it sounds like they be serious sometimes.
He spiked it too.
Yeah,
touchdown.
He did a touchdown dance on your chick.
Grunt
Are
on my
you
chick.
crazy?
You out here, man?
What's that shit the kids be doing?
Oh, the gritty?
The gritty on your chick. Is you stupid?
That was an interesting.
Do that again.
That's an interesting gritty. You just
Are you crazy?
No, hell no.
You out your mind, yo.
Fucking.
Nigga put up.
Fucking. These girl dads are paranoid.
Yo, this nigga.
You would let your
I
girl
don't rock with
stop.
emojis,
Would you let your girl have emojis next to men's name?
What's the emoji?
Yo, Joe, you not even play.
What is the emoji?
Tongue
Joe,
emoji.
you saw an emoji. Yeah, Joe.
Oh, tongue
You
emoji.
lose your mind, nigga.
What color?
Walking naked.
It's only one, nigga. It's only one.
Yo.
Just the tongue, the whole tongue shit.
What do the tongue mean?
It won't be one person sleepwalking, nigga. If you see that, get out outside. Get out. Joe would go crazy. If Joe saw a tongue emoji and shot his phone.
Nigga, not just Joe. Every nigga up here will go crazy.
A tongue emoji is intimate.
Yeah.
Nigga, a basketball is
A basketball's not intimate.
not just
Football's not
hold
intimate.
on.
A soccer ball's not intimate.
Nigga, dunk the basketball too.
A hockey stick.
All right, so I used to dunk back in the day. I used to dunk. Somebody can dunk. Your girl can talk to somebody that can dunk.
If my girl,
because guess what?
Wait, your girl can't talk to somebody that can dunk.
No,
nigga. Because
I'm done with this couch now. I'm done with this couch now.
Stop, Mark.
Yo, dog.
She can't have no emoji.
Y'all think your girl don't know nobody that's more athletic than y'all?
Yes.
Changing the conversation. Well, you said, I'm talking about
always do
emojis,
that.
nigga. No.
Yes.
You might know that, nigga.
You crazy.
Ain't no emoji
If
that
my
the nigga
girl
can
have a
dunk.
hockey emoji,
But he can't have the emoji. So
No.
you can know him, but he can't have the emoji.
I can't.
Yo,
she
niggas
knows,
are
she
so
knows.
fragile.
if my girl have a hockey,
You out your mind.
if
yo.
my girl have a hockey,
I can't believe y'all.
Your girl got Lou Will in the phone
With the dunk.
with a layup. You crazy, nigga?
if my
They keep trying to flip off. God damn. Let that nigga talk, blood. Like, come on, man.
girl have
Out your mind.
Any girl that I was fucking normally had some of that in her bag.
Cool. We talking about the emoji, nigga.
So
you can
who
take that
gives a
shit
fuck?
out.
Who gives a fuck if it's the finger roll nigga right there?
All right.
Me?
Yeah, me too. Ice.
Hey, yo, listen.
I care. Oh my
Right
God.
here.
Y'all
I
gotta
care.
stop.
Out your fucking
Y'all
mind.
gotta stop,
Hold on,
yo.
if my girl have a hockey
Look at Ice face.
if my girl have a hockey emoji, I know that white man that I saw her talking to at work cracked, and I'm going to crack his tail.
What if she hits the update contact button on the new iPhone?
And then put the new shit in there.
Yeah,
She
it's got
got
the
to fix it.
new pic of the dude.
So what? Fix it.
No.
Look at Studley.
Crazy nigga.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit. Follow
Fuck
me.
your chick.
Follow me. Y'all talking about emojis
Yo,
on some
he
bullshit.
What happened?
The iPhones now, sometimes someone changes their picture and you can hit update contact, and now the picture that the person chose of themselves is going to pop up on their phone every time they call.
Even if
Meaning-
you don't put the picture.
You don't put the picture.
You don't put the picture.
So like if I change if you got an iPhone, I change my picture to whatever. When they update, whatever I picked pops up on your phone now.
Oh.
So now he's in there in his handsomest.
Yo, so Pizza Hut is a baddie now.
Yes.
What?
Well,
Nah,
first of all, I'm never hitting update contact.
No,
nigga.
I'm talking about your girl doing
You
it.
talking about your girl doing it, and then now her phone ring, and there's some nigga up there.
Yeah, with jersey on.
Jersey.
And they
Nigga got
got
no shirt
No
on.
shirt, doing push-ups.
I ain't even got to worry about that because shit, the problem would come from the phone ringing with Simon, nigga.
Fuck his picture.
Who the fuck is Simon?
Fuck his picture.
Yeah.
Oh,
what that
nigga
is?
stupid, yo.
Wait, why you know it's Simon?
Not you.
What? Let me ask you a question. What's an appropriate?
Well, I'm gonna do it. Oh, go ahead. My bad. I'm not
okay.
interrupting you. Go ahead.
What's an appropriate time your girl has to get off the phone at night? She
have to get off.
I love that question.
Not be on the phone at night with whomever, whether it's a man. A male. Let's do male and female. What time should her phone lock off? You can't be on the phone past this time, in your opinion.
You run a tight ship, bro.
No, not me. I don't run a tight ship.
Now this is assuming she gets to keep the phone.
And it still work, right?
Can y'all stop for
like
real?
the phone.
It ain't shattered or nothing.
It's her SIM
No, all jokes aside, like, could she get a call from a male friend at 10 p.m., 11 p.m.? Can he call her?
Which male friend?
What is he mailing?
Y'all stop, you trolls.
She could.
I pay the phone bill.
Who paid the phone bill?
But we can't do that for real. Y'all gotta be serious. Man.
I just said, yeah, she could.
Your girl could be on the phone like 11 a.m.
He has to say that.
11 p.m.
Why I gotta say that?
He has to say that. He don't have no other choice.
Because he be on the phone at those times.
Yeah.
Why do I gotta say that?
Because you be on the phone at 12 and 1. And
I mean,
with, what do you mean? Don't show up. What, I don't know what all this shoulder
I do
shit
that.
is.
I do that.
So you would have to 12 a.m. Your girl could be on the phone.
So you gotta mute up when she come walk through talking to the muscle nigga.
Who got to do what?
You can't say nothing.
You can't say nothing. You
12
talking
a.m.
to
your
the
girl
daddy
can
at 2 in the morning because that's your friend?
Antoine.
That's her friend.
Yeah, you are.
Seriously, tell me, give me a response to that.
That I'm in my house. And I have
you're in your house.
I'm in my house.
Uh-oh.
And I have to mute up if somebody is on the phone with my girl.
No, he said you got to mute up on this topic.
No, he said he said, yo, you got to mute up.
No, and you got to be quiet in the background, nigga. Don't talk.
Y'all was saying all
Nah, both. I'm muting the back.
Nobody doing that.
He ain't gonna do that.
Nigga, I wish my wife would tell me
He
shit.
ain't gonna talk.
Hello?
No, she gonna look. She gonna be talking. She gonna look at him. Yo.
Yeah, mute up, nigga. The same way she need to mute up when you doing your interviews by the stove.
Oh, now she got him.
When you do your stove interview series, I don't hear her saying a word.
All she gotta do is get up and run upstairs.
Yeah.
You can't get up there fast enough. She got a whole combo.
Yeah, mute up, nigga. Yeah, you know better.
that ain't happening though.
I ain't seen no more kitchen interviews.
I haven't done no interviews.
I know you didn't. I know you didn't. I know you didn't,
Yo,
boy. Hey, no. Hey, no, that's what we saying. We saying there ain't been no more of those kitchen interviews
They
with the
still
little,
interviewing
with the
out
little
there.
fine girls.
Because of what?
Huh?
Because of what?
It's not allowed no more.
Why.
It's just not allowed
I don't
no
know
more.
why.
It's rules.
But they still interviewing.
You know better.
I just ain't seen you do
you know better.
one. You sitting with Mandy. Yeah, you better sit with Mandy, boy.
You know that shit may be a fluke. Nah,
but why you stop doing those?
My fault. I didn't mean to say that.
Why did you stop doing those?
Better, yo.
What do we know, nigga? We don't know shit.
I don't know what that means.
She cool though. I spoke to her. She cool.
She fixed them up.
He don't know that I can't have an interview in my kitchen. You don't know that I can't have an interview in my kitchen.
They stopped.
You did have an interview in your kitchen.
And then there
Halle
was no
Berry
more.
can interview me in my kitchen. What my girl gonna say? My girl's not on that.
Ish, you could talk that tough Tony shit with whoever believes it, my brother.
Clean it up, nigga.
And you could talk tough Tony with whoever is the Israelites and all of that. I'm saying it ain't been another interview by the stove.
It's happenstance.
So
make one happen.
in a long time.
Make
too.
one happen if you him know.
Long time.
Nigga would have an interview.
I'll control that.
It's scary ass. She fixed him up.
That interview
Yo,
went
why
out.
niggas can't never just come say, yo, I got fixed up.
If that was the case, I would say it.
No, you just say it.
It's not the case.
Then book an interview.
He will.
I don't book an interview. They book me.
Ooh.
So maybe they stopped booking you.
Yeah, they did. That's it.
Hey, yo, Houston realtors.
My man right here.
DC realtors.
Right here.
Anybody in
Atlanta realtors.
Yeah, all of y'all. Yo, please book him for a stove side chat.
It need to be like 11, 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't do
For
no
sure.
early 3
Yeah,
p.m.
for sure.
shit.
Nigga's a fucking idiot, bro.
Fixed him up, man. Nigga, you think I don't know your girl seen that interview with you talking all smooth?
You gave her a nickname
licking
too.
your lips, eyes.
You gave that girl a
eyes
nickname.
sparkling.
You gave the girl.
and he unfollowed her.
You gave the girl. Oh shit. Yo, how you know?
Yo, you still follow her?
Of course.
Nah, I don't know.
Of course.
You gave that girl a nickname in the interview.
If anybody,
Hey Sherry.
You think we don't know that his girl
Her
fixed?
name is Sharon, nigga.
You course corrected.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with
Could your
course
girl be on the
corrected.
phone in the late night?
My girl don't have a phone.
Exactly. His girl. The question was really for him. My wife, not past a certain time. She can, but
So if your wife is on the phone with her girlfriend, your wife on the phone with Sharon at 1 in the morning,
she can.
Oh, so what
she
you
can. She can. But not with Dante.
No.
Not with Dante from work.
Yeah.
What y'all talking about? Put me on speaker, yo. Put him on speaker. Let me hear it.
No, fuck the speaker. Add my number in this conversation.
Put him on the house speaker. Y'all got some house Bluetooth shit. I want to hear that shit in 3D. I want to hear his tone. I want to hear his tonality, nigga.
Man, yo.
Why are men so fragile?
Yo, that's crazy.
Oh, Joe, we all as men, we are fragile, and we don't like to admit it.
Women are way tougher than the men.
They are.
Men are fragile.
We are fragile.
You stay on.
You know why we fragile though?
In what part?
Wait, let me say this.
With the man shit. Like if your girl's on the phone with a dude at 10 o'clock.
Well, I would be all for that if she worked.
That's how the nigga get in trouble. Lord Jesus, he be saying crazy shit, boy. Hell no.
Then she might be able to say,
it's work.
this is Terry from work.
Where you know this nigga from?
And I'd be cool, but
oh, you wouldn't. We fragile.
Nah, if Terry is from work, I'd be
we
cool. Don't do
fragile
that.
because of the slick shit we got off, nigga.
Yeah.
Period. We got a lot of slick shit off in our life with our girls in the house or our girls not in the house. And then now, if something even looks suspicious, we what's he doing? Why they call you 11:30 p.m. You 12 a.m. Why you going to the bathroom to talk?
You don't agree with that.
Nigga, you know what slimy shit you did is?
A ton.
Exactly.
So
you're not gonna allow your girl to be on the phone downstairs in the living room while you upstairs fucked up on the phone with Terry, nigga.
40 more seconds.
That's what I'm saying. Dog, the slimy shit that we've done, your girl, if she wants to do slimy shit, it ain't nothing you can stop her from doing it. My nigga, she'll wait till you leave. She could wait till the mall. If she want to fuck with Tariq, nigga, she gonna go drive.
You're right, but we talking about while you in the house. We're not talking about the if she want to do the
Ishmael
extra
Hill.
shit.
Fuck you talking about, nigga? You pandering to the motherfucker, nigga.
Fuck is you talking about? We talking about some other shit.
Okay, all right. We did it. We did it. We're fragile and insecure.
Facts.
And
I've been accepted.
But we
that.
pod well. That was a mess.
Started watching Temptation Island. I was like, yeah, I am insecure.
My girl keeps
There's
trying to
no
make me
way.
watch Love Island. It's like, yo, fam, not tonight.
That shit is a mess. You'll love it.
What's Love Island?
It's worse than Temptation Island?
I haven't watched Temptation. I heard that's a mess too.
What's Love Island? Is it serious?
I've talked about it a million times over here.
They gonna show me every island but Epstein's. Like that's the one that
I don't want to watch that.
I don't want to see that island.
Shit, you crazy?
You'll be right.
I just want to see the first
Are you
episode.
crazy?
I just want to see the arrivals.
Wait,
That's what I want to see.
Yeah, just show me the arrivals.
I just watched all of y'all fucking have an orgasm or for Marvel lining up some chairs. You're gonna watch Epstein's Island.
Hey, nigga,
You're gonna watch Epstein's Island. Hey, just put the chairs of the people that was on Epstein's
That's good
Island.
enough. I just want to know who was there.
Marvel.
Yeah. Marvel announced the Doomsday, so they put 52 directors' chairs in a camera shot and had a camera scroll through all the names, and everybody on the internet had a group orgasm.
Going crazy.
We did.
The bar
Absolutely.
is in hell.
Hey, no.
The bar
Absolutely
is
did.
in absolute hell.
The
But I
whole
don't want to step on their moment.
The whole cast from the 2000s X-Men movies are in this shit. So every Magneto, Professor X, Cyclops, like it's a big deal.
So if you seen Epstein Island, right, and they just have different yachts, right? The princess such and such pulling up, then the whatever pulling up, then because niggas will go research it and be like, yo, that's princess such and such. Oh shit, that's you'll be right there, glued to the TV.
Yo, one, for the audience out there, if you couldn't tell, this podcast is about absolutely nothing because we refuse to get to the topics, number one. Two, I have a question for Ish that has nothing to do with anything because he just said yacht, so I just want to know it about my man. So when you be out of town, right, on like a vacation somewhere in south of France or wherever you be at, and then Sunday come, and that's the day that all the yachts go and have the party by a little rock or a mountain that fucking the King of Zamunda fucking put a spell on 100 years ago, and your yacht pull up to somebody else's yacht. Like, you got some people in your yachts, people in their yacht. Like, what's your vibe? What you do when the yachts get together, and now the people on the other yacht is looking at you, they're like, yeah. Song is on, music is on. Like, what you do?
First of all, you're an idiot, bro. Yo, you just on bullshit, yo.
No, because you just said yacht. So I thought of when I was on vacation, and they were like, you know, at 4 o'clock on Sunday, that's when all the y'all get together to billionaires. I'm like, all right, nigga, pull up. We pull up, the niggas. I'm like, oh, pull away.
I got a boat.
Pull away from these motherfuckers.
No, it depends. You got a boat. Them niggas got a yacht. It's different.
My Lord.
But And it depends on who you with.
Yo, we come on.
If you out there with them niggas, stop acting like you wouldn't be wide open.
Yo,
whoa. Whoa.
Maybe. I don't know.
It depends on who you with.
I'd love to see.
That little yacht ride from last week, that you would have been right there next to him. Single you?
Oh, at the Diggs yacht? Not enough was said about the Diggs yacht party.
Yo.
The Diggs brothers, the yacht that they got with all of the girls that were there.
Our night like.
I was unaware. Where was that?
It was a nice sight.
Miami?
I think it was Florida.
I think it was Miami. I think so.
I don't know.
Sure.
I wasn't invited.
How's that make you feel?
Fine.
But nigga, if we was single and had a joint right next to him, we'd have pulled up.
I'd be like, oh, look at all my old work over there. Yeah, you can't say that, right? Oh, look.
You could. Hey y'all. Hey y'all.
They came together.
Oh shit, you looking? Oh shit, you got a new tattoo. You looking good. You got your lips done. You
they
looking
following
good.
me.
Joe Budden is a bird. He is a big bird, boy. A light-skinned bird. Birdie.
They get paranoid. That's a joke. That is a joke. But it did look like fun, and a couple of bitches started fighting, so whatever.
On the yacht,
you gotta be kidding me.
What do you mean? Are you
Fist
kidding me? There was a little fisticuffs.
Oh my god, I can't take you home. Yo, you're a baddie, yo. How do you know that? Yo,
the video?
How do you know
the
that?
The video was online.
Of them beefing?
Of the little fake fight.
Oh, I just seen them popping it. I ain't seen no fight.
Oh, of course it's come on, stop it. Now.
I seen
you know
pop.
better than
I
that.
mean,
anyway, we sound like heathens. Come on,
we are.
What else were we doing? What else were we doing? Oh, speaking of fucking having an orgasm, Ice, are you going to the Chris Brown Breezy Bowl?
I am going. Absolutely.
You know he is.
I'm going a couple dates.
Hey.
Chris Brown, Bryson Tiller, and Summer Walker. Stadium tour.
Hey.
In the US. Goddamn right.
Let's go. Let's go, Freeze.
If the mentalist had to guess who would be on the couch and it was Chris Brown, he is 100%
right here.
going
Right here. Let's hit that round of applause for Freeze.
That boy's gonna go nuts.
to MetLife
Pulling up to East Rutherford straight from the car wash.
with the Chris Brown shirt on.
Sure am.
And pants.
No, I'm buying merch there.
And the jeans. Yeah, but you still gonna have some on.
Nah, I'm buying some shit there to put
So
on.
you gonna show up with just a tank?
No, I'm having a regular t-shirt on.
That shit gonna say sensational on the back.
Goddamn right.
Yo, that's crazy, yo.
20-year anniversary.
That shit gonna be
Are you
crazy.
kidding me? Ice gonna be in this
You gonna be
room.
there too, though. That's the funny shit. Y'all niggas play all you want.
Hey, sign
You
me
know
up.
what that's gonna
That
do,
shit.
and it's in
When
August.
you gonna support your cousin, yo?
And it's in August in the summer.
What are you talking
When
about?
you gonna go support him? Go
I
there.
just went to the last Chris Brown show.
Did you see him?
How you feel?
Did you see him? Did they introduce y'all like this?
No,
your cousin?
I ain't never meet that nigga before.
So you just don't fuck with us.
Are you
In order to meet
Hey, to fuck with his cousins, you gotta fuck with his uncles. To fuck with his cousins, you gotta fuck with his uncles. And you know he ain't fucking with his uncles.
Yeah.
It's like a battle. Like those cousins is getting to it out there, and then these cousins
Niggas
is
are fools, huh?
So you
it's different cousins.
you can go through life without them acknowledging or him acknowledging.
Are
his
any
cousin.
of the cousins
I'm
that you
49, my nigga.
but are any of the cousins you speaking to like getting busy out there, like on some Chris Brown shit?
You know how many people in the world not getting busy on Chris Brown shit? Are you high?
But it's different when Chris Brown's in your family.
Nigga, Chris Brown is a one of one. Ain't nobody getting busy like Chris Brown, nigga. He's a one of one. My family is fine.
But
my
he's
nigga.
in your family.
My
though.
family
That
is
makes it
good,
look
bro. My
different.
family's cool.
He's in your family
You
too,
looking
gang.
Tito Jackson in the face. Like you trying to
Jackson,
you trying to
That's a lot.
You
That
trying to
ain't even
go
Tito.
around the
Don't do
jokes with like some logic.
Don't do that. Don't do that to
I don't
Tito.
give a fuck about.
Don't do that to
It's
Tito.
it's
Don't do that to
looking
Tito.
real. What's the other mutt one? Randy.
He like me Marlon.
Marlon. You stupid.
Nah,
son.
you gotta
Don't say
go
hi
to the
your cousin,
studio.
bro. Let them
No,
introduce
no.
y'all, bro.
For what?
Let me introduce you to your cousin.
It's the right thing.
Anyway, it's all right, bro.
You got too much ego, son.
How is it ego, nigga? I'm not going out my way to get introduced to
That's
somebody.
your family, nigga.
I don't know him.
Yo, we just joking with you. Bro.
You know,
family unlocks some
I'm
shit when you
laughing.
start-
I'm chilling.
Careful.
It's crazy. I'm good.
I'm coming back to shoot at you, nigga.
You can shoot. I don't care.
We ain't gonna be there the same way. We ain't gonna be. It's gonna be a different experience. But I'm gonna speak to you.
What that guy do?
I don't know what he's talking about.
If I see you, I'm gonna speak to you.
If I see you,
it ain't just gonna be some pod shit.
You might. It ain't no pod shit.
It ain't just gonna be like
you might not see me, my
some
nigga.
co-worker shit.
Yo, nigga said you might not see him.
You might not see me.
He might be on the couch like Mel.
I took care of you last time at the show and got you your tickets.
If that's true, I got to shut up. Hold up, man.
It is true. It is true.
If that's true, I got to
It's
shut
very
up.
true.
I know you got my ticket.
You even said it on the pod.
I said that on the pod.
You did.
Big Freeze got my ticket.
I don't remember Freeze getting me my Chris Brown ticket.
He did. No, he didn't.
He did.
He ain't go.
He got him though.
No, he didn't go, and then he had to go get him.
I got my tickets.
He got his on his own.
No, you had tickets for the show you wanted to go to at Barclays.
There we go. Yeah, but let's correct the record. Freeze got me some tickets. I dubbed him.
No.
That's whack.
No.
I don't. Hey, listen.
Let him get his shit off.
Let me tell my story.
Let him get his shit off.
Let me tell my. Freeze got me some tickets.
I dubbed him.
I dubbed them. Y'all went on like some type of group field trip.
No.
Yo, I'm just telling my story, yo.
It's a totally different date, nigga.
Y'all packed sandwiches. Y'all met up like in the lot and walked in together.
We had
y'all had like a cool
tailgate.
Yeah.
Yo,
I dubbed that experience. Hit the gang. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, that's
they
nice.
went like on my. No, but Freeze is the man too. So let me not shut up.
Hey, listen, yo.
This is funny.
It's funny as hell.
Yo, y'all
I
are
ain't
dumb.
Freeze got my tickets, so you say what the fuck you want, nigga.
Yo, well, you wouldn't get shit without Freeze and Mandy.
Oh shit!
They'll never get shit like Freeze, Mandy, and Danny, boy.
I'm not in the entertainment.
You got
business. I don't have connections in the entertainment business.
You are in the entertainment
But
business.
you are in it.
You are in it.
I am. I don't have connections in the entertainment business.
Well, gain them.
Wait, what?
I
gain
don't
them,
have
nigga.
Freeze and Freeze is my connection.
You can get them.
Freeze, Mandy, Mouse. You know Mouse Jones, and he just got the new big round African earrings.
I don't know Mouse Jones. I've met Mouse Jones one time in my life.
That's my guy.
But he did just have the big.
Oh yeah,
Yo, leave that man alone, bro.
The wood shit.
Salute to him. Yeah, that's come on.
Yo,
he's going back to his roots, nigga. Chill.
You know me, Flip, Troy, Rashad, Simba.
Ian Dunlap.
Yo, listen, your network is disgusting.
Yeah, see?
Who else?
You got a muck work.
Who else is Caesar. You know Caesar for sure. That's your man.
You're an idiot. Yo.
Who else this nigga know? SO could get you in. This nigga shit ain't got no bitches but Mandy. That shit is ass.
You right. Told you I don't have no connections.
You too attractive of a guy for your shit to not have no bitches, man.
Wow. I'm not in the entertainment business.
All right, let's move on.
3 years in.
He gonna start this bullshit.
In the entertainment business, bro.
That nigga's light-skinned Batman. That nigga's like the fucking Silver Surfer. I don't know what he doing.
Yeah, Silver Surfer. Gotta be Silver Surfer. He just go through shit.
Nigga like Vision.
He told me last week that they parked my Cullinan in the back because he was coming, and now it's just no bitches on the shit.
That's not an industry relationship.
More of a who you be kind of thing. And if you be who you be over here, then
it's what they don't know is
that come with a little. Hey,
they don't know. It's ish. They don't know. It's ish. You that nigga, son.
Yo,
what they don't know is.
He is that nigga.
Yo, you're an idiot, bro.
He try to be humble. You try to get that humble. That's how you get it. Being humble. Oh no, I'm good. Nah, nigga, we see through all that shit, nigga. I got binoculars, nigga. Night vision.
All right, well, let me get some Chris
You know
Brown.
what you got?
And I'm definitely going to that fucking Chris Brown shit.
Yes, me too.
I don't want these jokes to fly and people think I'm that. When you see me, I'll be there.
The show.
Good shit show.
That was a show.
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
I'm not missing that.
Wouldn't miss it.
And
Can't wait.
You know what he's doing. This is audition for the Super Bowl.
You think?
It's called the Breezy Bowl. That's the tour. And I'm going to show y'all what I do in the stadium. And I'm going to pack them out across the country.
Yeah.
They love
now.
him, yo.
And he just killed the arena tours.
I'm killing tours every year.
Now I'm doing stadiums.
I went over to South Africa and went to one of the biggest venues
in the world
and
packed that shit out 3 nights.
Are you shitting me? If I seen my cousin doing that shit, nigga, I'm following the bus. My cousin can't go do all that shit.
You're an idiot,
and I just be home like, nah, we never met.
Bro,
nigga, what?
We about to meet.
We about to meet.
Auntie.
Look, he's got too much pride to meet his cousin.
Too much. Y'all niggas.
All you gotta do is go to family reunion with that shit on.
Yeah. Family reunion.
Yeah,
He watched the show.
Your hoodie got your name on it. Nigga, put the hoodie on and go to family reunion.
Are you that ish?
Yo, you're an idiot, bro. Oh shit, bro. Nah, that shit gonna be.
I go to family reunion with his merch on, nigga. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Groupie ass. Get your ass out of here.
It's okay to be a groupie sometimes, man.
Okay.
For your family?
Yeah, if y'all are related, nigga, it's love.
Got you.
Look at
I'm with you.
He don't want to be one of them niggas.
Yeah, don't start talking about love and family to this nigga, boy.
All right, come on, move it up.
Leave that nigga alone, man.
What we got? Prize bags. What else? Where we at? Where we at?
Sleepers.
Where we at? Damn, nigga. But now actually, me and Ice are gonna have 2 different experiences. I'm just going to the show. Like Ice gonna be at the meet and greet.
I know. I know your joke was coming.
Yeah,
get your shit off.
So
what's the pose?
Nigga, didn't you want a picture last time with Breezy?
And a hug.
And you ain't get it? Or
and a hug.
You supposed to get the picture you talked about.
Wait, Ice got you a hug from Chris Brown and you shitting on him like this?
He said, I forgot to ask. You said, I forgot to ask for the picture when I was baby. You said, I forgot to ask for the picture from Breezy. I remember that shit.
Yep, he said it.
That was a hug?
No, he said
and you said you want to get your hug because you need that energy. He's
Yeah,
like,
I
listen,
never
people,
said that about Chris
you did.
Brown.
You said it here on the
You
pod,
said it here,
nigga.
my nigga.
Did I
Don't
say
pull
that?
that.
Yes.
Don't pull that. I don't remember
try to
shit.
play. Yeah, don't try to play.
Hey, bitch.
Breezy.
I like him light skinned.
What? He got that energy. That nigga cool. I've been around him. He's cool as fuck.
I don't remember saying that about Chris Brown.
I want to hug
If
too.
I said it and they're gonna correct the record on the receipts, then cool. I just don't remember
You
saying
said that.
it.
You said I
feel
forgot
like-
to ask.
I remember you
called
said
the
you
person-
went backstage. You got your dap. You ain't get your picture.
I wanted to get a picture. I did want to get a picture. I didn't get a picture.
Pay the stack, nigga.
That's it?
Never. You gotta, come on, stop playing. Stop playing. Now you treat him like he chump. Can you imagine he paid the stack? I slap fire out this nigga. No, he no.
But Ice gotta go to the meet and greet and pay the stack.
You gotta sit in park shit now from now on, nigga. If you pay for a picture of Breezy, sit over there, nigga. Don't sit next to me.
I was gonna wear his cuffy jeans.
Was what? Cuff it.
What shit that better? I know those shit.
I was gonna wear his.
What's that?
I don't know what the fuck.
Cuff it.
You remember back in the days you used to cuff your shit?
Oh, I wasn't talking about that.
Oh.
Now I gotta look.
Yeah,
I gotta look.
You know when we used to cuff when we was younger, we cuffed our jeans up.
He said he's not talking about that.
Oh, okay.
Talking about. He talking about
This nigga Joe
some
is
other level
stupid.
shit. Yo, you're a fool.
Like the
Yo.
old apple bottoms. You gonna wear this shit.
The Kendrick joint?
Where your shit is sitting a little
Yeah,
bit.
yo, all right.
You gotta go to the meet and greet.
Only you,
Pull
yo.
down, boy.
All right.
Only you.
All right.
You gotta go with the fresh BBL.
With the padded skims.
Hit the skim store first.
With the padded skims and
Yo,
stuff. Oh my lord. All right, come on. Something had to come out.
He don't have a
Something had in music. Something had to come out in music.
Couple things dropped. Dirk dropped his album. It's called Deep Thoughts.
What does Chris Brown be doing with the
I'm gonna give
gang
Dirk some
niggas that,
grace. I did
be
listen to the
buying his,
project,
meet and greet.
and this I can
That'd be
tell this
funny.
is a
He like-
really
he
hard
has to,
project
like,
for him
he be
to put out.
having them do fist bumps like nigga.
Given everything that's going on in
I'm
this,
about to hold you
Gotta
from
be
the
serious
back,
for
but
a second. So let me just
Content
jump in.
wise.
Ice is about to give Dirk grace. I jumped off that bandwagon into some Simone Biles type of landing, nigga. As soon as I seen the exit off this bandwagon, I left, traded all the stock in. I am off of this one.
Okay.
Toss to Ice.
I'm still a fan, and I've been looking.
I want him to be all right, but sorry, buddy, I'm not with the music drops.
So, well, I could even understand that in your position, you might need. You know what I mean?
I get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
With what his content usually kind of revolves around, given your current legal predicament, it wouldn't be smart to do that.
True.
So you're in a sticky spot here.
True.
I got to drop. In the album, they muted certain lines. You know, it's and I could tell some of these songs might not have been the songs. I might have had other songs I wanted to go instead.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I didn't enjoy it as much, but I understand it. so I'm not gonna really shit on it, because this is a real tricky album to try to put out right now for the type of artist that he is.
Right.
There's a couple songs on there. Be clear, it's a couple joints on there.
He can't talk about sliding and all that other shit.
He can't. Like, it's lines in there where he's saying, I paid for bail for such and such with money from a feature verse. You can't say that now, so you have to blink the name out. You're trying to talk and be who you are, the voice of the streets, the voice of the trenches, but I'm in a real bad legal predicament right now. I can't really talk.
Is J. Cole on the album?
No, Cole's not on. The features are Janae.
All right, is the little choir that was there with J. Cole?
I was just about to say that nigga should have went and got Cole and did a whole album.
Half of that choir, at least Lil Jerry. Anybody, one person.
It's not many features, but none of them. It's Janae, Future, Huncho. I might be missing somebody, but that's it. It's like four features. Oh, Lil Baby.
Freeze, let me ask you a question.
I don't want y'all. No, I'm bad. I am going to interrupt you real quick because I don't want to forget. Yo, this shit is so entertaining now. I don't want y'all to stop. I want to be alive to see y'all totally kill this hip hop shit.
That's what I was about to ask. Freeze.
I ain't gonna.
You think that hip hop is?
I'm too invested now.
You think hip hop is on its way out the door with all the incarcerations?
Let's kill it.
No.
Let's kill it.
That's only this portion of hip hop.
There's a
Hip hop is so
certain
wide.
brand of hip hop is.
Maybe that drill rap. Because again,
a lot of people are incarcerated, Paul.
The people that are making music about killing and actually killing are going to have a hard time making.
It's going to be rough.
making music.
Yeah, but they had control of the market for a while, right? I mean,
I wouldn't say that, but they had a run.
They were being pushed. They had a run. They were being pushed to the forefront.
Thank you.
Yes,
they had a run.
So how does that look now, right? I mean,
Not great.
We're not taking the. A lot of people have been shitting on the Cardi album, right? His name, Playboy
Cardi. Huh? Playboy Cardi.
Yeah, people have been making fun of that, and like the music the artists that people look forward to seeing are currently locked up, like
not dropping.
That's only a small portion.
Yeah.
You still have rappers that are dropping. You know what I'm saying? You still got.
But are they moving the needle?
It's over, man. It's over.
Are they moving the needle?
I don't give a fuck with y'all.
Fam, Kendrick's Luther has been #1 for how many weeks now?
Oh yes, Kendrick.
All right, you got that.
One person.
You got Drake is still Draking.
That's two
Nokia
people.
is still moving.
That's two people.
The type of music that's
no. Names one people.
The charts is just them right now.
I'm
talking about the charts.
Name
who's dropping?
Whoever you want to name.
I think Rock and Roll is coming back
to fight the case. Yeah,
I think Rock and Roll.
Yeah, Neil Diamond.
The Bee Gees. The Bee Gees.
Yo, this shit is dead, dying fast. These niggas is selling ass for a fraction of a penny.
But they've
Albums
been
are
doing
dropping
that.
less. You are seeing musicians less. More and more musicians are having to get it from the backyard or from some other means. They not giving you the money that you earned. This shit is over, man. Shit is fucking destroying and rebuilding in front of us.
But
and that's not what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, I'm about to
that's
say
maybe
that's totally
a deeper
different.
conversation. But a large portion of this shit is all of you idiots just talking about shit.
Yeah.
It is,
That's
yo.
a fact.
It is. Yo, I've heard more Yellow Beezy verses than I've ever heard in the last 2 weeks. To my surprise, he's nice.
Yes.
I would never know that because I tap out of a certain faction of hip hop. The Yellow Beezy kid can rap. And when I hear the rap, guess what he doing? You guessed it.
Tell him.
I'm like, damn, this nigga nice, but he's telling right now. All of these niggas talk too fucking much.
No, what's happening?
Now, I'm talking about that sector of it.
Yeah. What's happening is you got street niggas, gang niggas rapping. It's not rappers talking about this shit. You got people that's living this shit now saying, hey, let me try to rap. And we got this thing about hip hop where you got to be authentic. We champion authenticity. We want everybody to be true to who you are. So their idea of that is, okay, let me tell y'all who I am.
Yellow Beezy is a wild boy. That's all I gotta say.
No, but you don't got to be specific in all the shit you did.
They don't know. They don't know the difference.
NWA was talking about street shit.
Yeah, but
Cool
all
G
of
Rap was talking about street shit.
Ice Cube wasn't a street nigga. Somebody was talking about street shit.
Eazy-E was.
I'm talking about just easy.
You see what I'm saying?
Just easy. But I'm saying a lot of these kids today are doing way worse shit than NWA was talking about and doing, and telling their real stories. They're not sitting there telling what my mans and them did, what I heard. These niggas putting in the work themselves and talking about it.
That's my point, though. But
and I ain't even really talking about them because they powerless. It's the people that are giving them the situations for them to do what they want.
But even that, Joe, Mobb Deep was talking about shooting that out in the hallway and all that other shit. Listen, let me finish. Mobb Deep might not have been doing the shootouts, but if you are an artist and you can paraphrase what your experiences have been, you don't gotta say, yo, I caught that nigga outside the 7-Eleven at 3:11 on a Friday and he had on a blue shirt. You don't have to say that, bro.
Yeah.
If you're an artist, you can say, yo, we caught him.
But these guys aren't artists, back to ISIS.
That's what I'm saying. They are not.
They are artists.
They are.
No,
but
they are.
not.
They're
Some of these
becoming
niggas can
artists.
rap.
For sure.
That still don't.
That'll make you an artist.
Artist is secondary to what they do. I'm agreeing.
Yeah.
I'm not.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna get the cops my play-by-play. I'm gonna say, yo, we caught this nigga over here, wet the car up, da-da-da-da-da. I'm gonna rap my
But
shit.
some of these guys might not be the most poetic, so they're not like good with the little metaphor and the
And not just
simile.
that, the rappers today, their biggest thing is being called out as a fraud.
All right.
So to them, they feel like I gotta let you know that's our shit.
Guess what they gonna call out? Roll call.
No. Listen, we on the same side.
8C21 24P. Yo,
What y'all think?
Lock it.
I agree with
Crazy.
you. That's one of the bad.
That's one of the fundamental differences that I found way back in the day when the gang started to infiltrate Jersey City and was just running up on niggas and trying to see what's good. You down, you not, get down or lay down, what type of shit it was. Like Casanova had a phone call the other day that went public. And in the call, he was like, yeah, man, I'm telling you, because don't you know you have to denounce your shit publicly if yada, 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 yada. So, yeah, man, such and such is smart because he got on the record, he denounced that shit, indicated that shit. And so my brain early on would say, even if I wanted to be that, it seemed like the smart way to be that and do that with the most success is to not announce it.
Yeah.
No.
Yes and no. Hold on.
I'm not arguing it.
No.
I'm not arguing it.
No,
Because there's the other side of that.
I know what that is, so I'm not arguing it.
I was about to say.
I'm saying what my brain said
strategically
when.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
But some of them niggas, you can't denounce it publicly.
And some of them niggas
Social
are the
media
reason
is a
you get to
mistake,
move
is
around the
actually-
way you move around. So they're gonna be. You can't separate
It's
from
the
that.
reputation of what some of the niggas stand for. You can't just denounce them.
Yeah, you gotta
when you
bring that-
outside with them, the protection, the how many people coming out because you represent this gang. This, you know, it's
Social media was a mistake.
and
I feel like a lot
niggas,
of this shit is
a lot of niggas that denounce end up getting DP.
Yeah, but you know what happened too? This is somewhat a good topic.
saying it.
Yeah.
Some of this is a real good topic.
It is.
Also, what happened? The same way that we talk about labels removing the sub-labels and production companies that develop A&R and basically day-to-day handle their acts, right? Like a Rockefeller, Disturbing the Peace, a fucking Murder Inc. So, but when there's the erasure of all of them now, and the label wants to become the direct to the act, there is nobody that understands culture, monitoring culture, fucking day-to-day managing culture. So it's just a clusterfuck.
Let me ask you a question about that. I would
agree with that.
These niggas are purposely looking at niggas to give them deals who
we know what you're gonna do, and we know you ain't gonna be here long.
We want you
exactly.
to do.
But look, let me ask you a question about that. You mentioned like the Disturbing the Pieces and all these sub labels, right? From the artist side, who's been hearing the story.
That's true. Them labels have been taking down loans and taking down life insurance.
Stories of, okay, if I sign to you, then you're signed to you, then you're signed to you, I'm getting even less money. It make you not want to go that route anyway.
Okay, but
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand that, but now there's less stars too.
There you go.
You can do it your way. I'm telling you how to be a star.
True.
Right.
And I'm telling you that with my relationships and my 30, 40 years in this business, I know the ins and outs, so you gonna do this.
Also, back in the day, the people that were running the production companies and the boutique labels and such were usually street dudes that were trying to steer the artists to not really
in
be
the
street
right way.
dudes.
Yeah, the music industry should have handled the hybrid of artists that now is also the street nigga, like the car industry handled the thought of hybrid vehicles. Like, there was a time where they thought that was just going to take over, and then they looked at analytics and was like, no, the economy and the mass audience is not ready for just hybrid cars 100%. So slow down on the production. Let's get back to what we're doing here.
True.
And slow roll this. It's too many, too fast, too soon with all of these.
But
I think that's internet.
but it's programmed that way. I mean, the numbers, the clicks,
it's the internet,
the attentions, the internet. They only pay attention to a video.
Let me ask you a
do with
question, because y'all
violence.
say that a lot, right? But from a business standpoint, I'm just the business standpoint. If I see that all of these artists that are coming out, right, they just fly by night artists.
Yeah.
They're not sticking.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, no disrespect to Dirk and them niggas was hot as fish grease 3 years ago. It's not sticking no more. So I would look at it and be like, yo, how could I revamp this so I could get a Ja Rule, so I could get a Luda, so I could get somebody that could get a 10, 12 year run that we could be profitable with. That don't make sense in a business stance?
Of course
it may not.
It may not today.
It may not.
Not today.
It may not.
Because of the microwave society we live in today. So
Gotcha.
now it's just,
I could keep
again, they're not looking
I
for
could just keep
longevity.
fabricating.
These kids have the attention span of like that. Literally. They don't need to get no longevity artists. Drake was the last, and Kendrick and them were the last of a dying breed.
In new artists and keep cracking them.
I get 7 of y'all, and I could hit y'all 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then go get another group.
Hey, yo, when you
versus building with one, and then God forbid you learn the game.
You got to learn the game and get.
And now
and get hotter.
you want. I'm gonna always try to get the star quarterback on the rookie contract
for the cheap. Absolutely.
Hey, yo, Ish, you watch a kid, let's say a kid in West Bubblefuck, and just start dissing people that he had issues with, and see the numbers on that video. See where it goes. So now the labels, they're predatory. They take advantage of that.
But that ain't no longevity in that.
But to them, they're not the instant gratification.
They're looking at both. They're looking for
Instant
both.
gratification is a main
We looking
component in
at
this
kids
game.
getting killed.
And I was about to say,
longevity. It's over.
And look,
No, I'm
not to
talking about from the label
be
standpoint.
from the label standpoint, not to be fucked up. You worth more when you die.
True.
So if you got a couple projects, them shit's gonna shoot up the charts. Now I don't gotta break nothing down. It is some longevity there. Rest in peace. They still streaming Juice WRLD. They still streaming Triple X. Rest in peace.
And I low-key think that these labels in the contract got some sort of insurance on these niggas when they pass
do.
away.
Absolutely.
They do.
To make them get money. Like, it's some crazy
Absolutely.
shit going on.
It's risk assessment.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's risk assessment, bro. It's again, as a person that's worked in regular insurance, you look at a situation and you see, hey, what's the chances are what we got to pay out?
Yeah, we just talked about this. Yeah.
So let's weigh it on. Let's weigh it all out, and then we move accordingly.
Yeah.
How did niggas speak to you when they didn't agree with your quote?
I wasn't doing that. I was doing the claim.
Nigga said, what, nigga? I'm in
when I tell
in
you
the event that you
I
wasn't
had
doing
I had people go the fuck off.
Nah, he ain't had to see him. He was on the phone.
Yeah, I'm on the phone. I don't gotta see you. But no, I've had people go the fuck off.
You got lucky.
I know what you're talking about.
He told the one you go there with the little cuticle.
Yeah,
No, you come out with the clipboard.
No, they got the iPad now. That's the adjuster.
That nigga stick your head in the
Appraiser.
clipboard.
Nigga, I go to ICE and get fucking military insurance, boy.
You won't.
Nigga, are you crazy?
I hear you.
Nigga, I would get the best deal ever if ICE is in that cubicle.
Okay.
What?
Me too. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Pistol whip the shit out of ICE.
You're going to jail.
You're right.
Hey, yo.
Talk all that tough shit you want.
Make this say 20 a month, big dog.
Yo.
No, I'm gonna make this say
No.
911.
Yo, this your name on this nameplate?
Yo, you Lamont?
Oh, okay. Yo, okay.
You Lamont. This your home address, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This your
All right.
last name?
Yo, check this out.
Terroristic.
Next
threat.
month, you start paying my insurance for a year. All right?
Yo, I think it'd be wise for you to pay my shit. Tariq.
Hold that thought, big dog.
Nigga, what? Food stamps with the insurance if I walk in that place and freezes in the cubicle. What? What? Nigga, you better fix me up, nigga.
No
I got you.
No deductible, nigga.
No, nothing.
I'm gonna fix you
till
right on up.
till I'm 75.
Fixing up.
I'll make you an offer you cannot refuse.
Yeah.
Come get this.
Niggas is so dumb, yo.
Let me run this up the chain real quick.
You ever notice that people like the insurance, they always get choked. Like when niggas don't punch them, they choke.
You see the repo dude? Did you see the video of the repo dude?
Those niggas get choked. Those.
All the
Who
niggas that
come
go
in
out.
door again? The Jehovah's Witnesses, all them niggas, everybody get choked.
I'm putting ice by the little green plastic garbage.
They choked the shit.
And it's short. Nigga, give it to the church. You can be dead before Arsenal can pop up. Give me this motherfucker. Yo, nigga, did you see my license plate is X?
Nigga stupid.
And they talk, you son of a bitch.
457, nigga.
This nigga stupid.
They choked
Can't say that word.
Niggas like this. You stupid motherfucker. You heard what the
park in the fucking front, nigga.
XJA, I got it. Oh,
This is
shit.
that fucking funny, dog.
Yo, stop, yo. You can't say that.
Yes, it can.
They choke the shit out of niggas. They choke the shit out of niggas like Freeze.
And fix my sister insurance since I'm up here too now.
Take the points off.
God damn.
Stop, Freeze.
All right, don't say free.
Wait, I'm laughing. Wait,
I'll send you niggas to jail. I'm telling you now.
They put their thumb like this.
Wait, you know why it's funny? Wait, stop. I'm doing prize picks soon.
Yeah, they put the
Holy shit.
They do the thumb.
Yo.
Don't let them choke you with the one hand, nigga. What the fuck did I say, The nigga falls into the laptop and the whole cuticle falls apart.
Yo, I would choke. Yeah, I'd choke ice to all the cubicles. They can laugh like domino. Nigga, give me the fucking.
Nigga be like, give me a staple. Start stapling your head. Start staple you on your head.
Oh, shit. Paul, stop laughing.
No, listen.
Y'all niggas are stupid.
I got prize picks coming soon. Number one. But let me just say this first. This is why it's funny. A few months ago, Ice-T got pulled over.
Oh, shit. I remember that.
By the police.
In Jersey. Mm-hmm. Down the block from the DMV.
And he...
On his way to... Yeah.
They said he was down the block from the DMV.
Yes, sir.
And he had an exchange with the cop that wasn't the greatest. But all Ice-T kept telling him was, yo, man, the DMV is right there. I could walk there. So it didn't go the greatest. But the longer the video played, and once they said this was in Jersey City, and I just started watching the background, I know that DMV. That's the DMV right there by Curry Woods all of us go to and get our shit off.
By 440?
No, well, yeah, if you come up to 440 and take it all the way down.
All the way down.
And go up the DMV right there.
That shit used to be empty back in the day.
That's the one.
That shit used to be
But
empty.
boy, that made the Ice-T video so much funnier. Because that shit is literally where he got pulled over, you could see the DMV in the video.
Oh, nah.
It's right behind him.
And they still
That
fucking...
cop just being a dick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God,
Cop
that was
having
funny.
a bad day, want to take it out on somebody.
And shout out to that DMV over there by Curry Woods. Yeah, they be holding it down. They hold it down. If you don't want to line. Anyway, what? Listen.
No, that was the
DMV
DMV.
lines, boy.
Facts.
I used to have a plug.
Ain't nobody used to know about that one.
I used to have a plug.
Y'all did. But Essex County niggas ain't know about that.
My man passed away.
DMV. What happened with the Ice-T shit?
Oh no, they eventually did let him.
Yeah, the sergeant came because he wanted to tow the car. He like, you ain't supposed to be driving, so now I'm gonna tow it. And Ice-T was going over. You're not towing my car. Call your sergeant. And the sergeant came and knew Ice-T, and they had the exchange.
They let him go. But the shit was literally 50 feet away from.
Yeah, he had his paperwork.
Yeah,
Fucking cops, that power, bro. That fake sense of power.
And
White power.
And
White power.
And they get tight when you driving something that they know is out of their reach. Yeah.
Ice-T got toys too.
Yes, he did. That nigga had toys for 20 years.
He got toys.
He still got them.
He had them for 20 years, 30 years.
And to pull up on you in some of them shit while you in some dusty shit.
I ain't gonna lie, that nigga made me
What
feel-
up, Joe?
Remember back in the day, that little Dunkin' Donuts? I get out that van, that nigga just pull up with the big white shit. Like you said, it's different white. Yo, my van white and that Rolls Royce white was
Ice-T was making niggas sick on this little road
Word,
over
this
here.
block, boy.
This back when niggas was broke.
If you had a binge, you was popping.
And look to be that for the foreseeable future.
If you had a binge, you was popping. This nigga just floating down the street. Shit look like the tires don't even touch the ground.
This shit on a cloud.
What?
Ice-T pull up and act like he don't even see your car, like it's invisible. Like that's how much he respect the game.
Yeah.
Like,
Cut you off, turn over.
He ain't gonna say nothing about it.
And he gonna speak. And he gonna speak.
Oh no, friendliest guy in the world.
Friendliest person in the world.
And you're going to watch him pull off. As a man, you ever be in that position, you just got to watch a nigga pull like, God damn. Look at
No,
that
you
shit.
start playing with the radio till they leave. You gotta open the gum, open your water, get your shit right.
Go the other way too. I don't want to get pull up next to this
Fix
nigga.
your
at the
rear
right.
view and all that.
Nope.
Yeah, go let him
I'm gonna bust
leave.
his left. You go
Some
that way.
bullshit.
You got it.
The Joe Budden podcast reveals what's really going on behind the scenes.
Yo, watch your fucking mouth, yo. You said we was up here jealous of Mark instead of you was up here trying to manipulate a situation, saying a whole bunch of bullshit.
That couch looked away. Okay. Nobody here has.
That boy Danny has very non-compelling content. The Melissa Ford thing was the only thing that I was like, where is she? But I think she's probably doing something actually productive. He's weak.
When you visit Tires Plus, there really are no wrong choices. We keep it positive with transparent info.
Wisconsin is election day on April 1st, Tuesday, April 1st. That is why Elon Musk is there looking like an idiot, because he is trying to buy an election from you. He's on stage right now making a complete fool of himself. He got heckled a lot, and guess what? The Lincoln Project just came out with this amazing ad that really just sets the stakes for what's happening in the country and what's happening through Wisconsin.
What's happening in the Wisconsin Supreme Court race? Elon Musk is trying to buy it. Yeah, the same guy running the freak show in Washington. The same guy hurting American farmers. The same guy who wants to end your Social Security. The guy who's in business with the Chinese Communist Party.
The government's one big pyramid scheme, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, you can tell me better than anybody.
Social Security is the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time.
Now he's here, handing out cash to voters. Corruption. Outside influence. It's not about Wisconsin making us safer, getting us out of this crazy trade war. It's just another rich guy trying to make you into a puppet, a pawn, to keep his pet judge on the bench. It's weird. It's corrupt. It's Musk. And it sure as hell isn't to help Wisconsin.
So good, right? I mean, that's just such a great message. And this Instagram account, a friend of mine, Kate Duffy, on the account Motherhood for Good, released this reel, and I thought it was excellent. It's such a great point. There's been like this real uprising around people, especially in Wisconsin, saying we're not going to let a billionaire buy our election. And I think what he's doing in Wisconsin is actually eventually going to backfire. I think what he's going to do is he's going to make normal people realize that they don't want this guy to decide what's going on in their state. He doesn't even live in Wisconsin. It's only because he wants to continue to control every level of government. But Elon Musk was heckled at this event, and let's just see how he handled it.
The federal government, like shocking, really. It's insane. Yeah, it's really wild. So, I mean, it was inevitable that at least a few Soros operatives would be in the audience. Give my regards to George. Say hi to George from me.
So what he's saying there is that everyone who is protesting him is paid by another billionaire, which to me means that Elon Musk must be paying people to protest other people, because every accusation is a confession. But I think he just cannot fully comprehend the fact that these folks are not paid. They are there because they generally hate him and what he's doing to the country. Look at all of these people. And I just typed Tesla protest into Blue Sky, and there are protests happening all across the country. Look at that. And the world, the UK, this is Austin, Texas, Columbus, Ohio, Tesla takedown. And like, look at all these amazing signs. Here is London, England. So, sorry, George Soros is not paying all these people. They are there because they don't like you. Elon Musk, when it came to those protests and all these different Tesla factories, said this. He waged this conspiracy theory. Reid Hoffman, another billionaire, he founded LinkedIn. Reid will have many layers between himself and the organizations attacking me, but the probability is 100% that Reid is funding them. 100%. Okay. Reid Hoffman replied, the probability many people don't like you, 100%. Probability that Tesla polls need to be rigged by bots to cover up the fact that people don't like you, 100%. Probability you'd rather make shit up about me than fix your problems, 100%. This is probably one of the most epic takedowns on Twitter history, and I love that it happened on Elon Musk's own app. And Elon Musk is getting totally owned everywhere, and he's owning himself. Here he is on stage, live streamed to millions of people, saying that Democrats were turning off payments to illegal aliens, and that's why people are burning Teslas.
It's a very sort of, it'd be strange, it'd be odd if that didn't happen. So the thing that actually has the Democrats losing their mind by far, the real reason for these attacks and sort of the burning of the cars and everything is that we're going to turn off the payments to illegals.
Just making stuff up, and on the stage too. I mean, he obviously didn't have a speech. I mean, these folks are so narcissistic that they think that everything they say is gold and entertaining. And he's been on stage for about 2 hours just spewing nonsense. And here's a gem he said about how kids should just be taught by AI, not teachers.
Hopefully we're like on Mars, you know. So that would be really cool. So I do think AI can be incredibly helpful in teaching because you can essentially set up each kid with like a personalized AI, and that AI can then answer questions for each kid, and that actually can be very profound in learning, because obviously if you got a classroom of say 25, 30 kids, you can't like spend. It's literally impossible to spend time with every kid individually, or at least you can spend a little bit of time, but not. Obviously, it's a 1 to 20, 1 to 30 ratio. So, but what you can do is you can set them up with the AI, and then you can, you know, if things get stuck or whatever, if you want to, you can essentially guide the orchestra that way, and I think it could be a very powerful learning tool.
Did that make sense to you? I mean, that was. I am not a billionaire, and I feel like I have a better command of the English language than Elon Musk, who was stuttering and muttering through that nonsense that he said to millions of people. But I think what I gathered from that is that, one, he's an idiot, and two, he wants... Do you think his kids are going to be taught by AI? Do you think his kids are going to be taught by AI, or do you think they'll be taught by a real person? Because I think what he wants for everyone else is not what he'll be providing his children. Not that he parents all of his children, but at least the ones that he likes. And I'm going to end with this, because this is none of this should be a shock. People who knew about Elon Musk, and I came across this video this afternoon of Kathy Griffin saying exactly who Elon Musk is, even back then. This is years ago. And I'll see you next time.
You know, Elon Musk is crazy too, so don't be like falling into that fucking cult. Elon Musk. That fucking guy's nuts.
All right, speaking of which, you were investigating.
He went out with a girlfriend of mine and he parked outside her house for 4 fucking days.
Okay.
Right? That guy's gonna send you to Mars in 4 years? Don't count on it. He said that. He said, SpaceX
yes, I know.
we're going to Mars in 4 years. You know how much oxygen? 0.1%.
Oh yeah. We have to stream this tomorrow. This looks very interesting. All right, everybody, I'm tired. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Let's build a community. Let's be the community, and let's, you know what, tap in with me. Thank you for fucking with me. You feel me? We really out here. We really thudding. Love y'all. Love my subscribers. Love the new people. Love the people that don't like me.